Okay, once again, welcome to the LSU versus Air Force game. Game two of the series. Once again, bottom of the first, no score. LSU and Air Force. So once again, we will have the feed from ESPN Plus. So I'm going to put it in. So you won't miss a play.
John Burns in the circle or on the mound for.
Okay, John Burns coming in. 2-1 record. He has a 5.91 ERA. In 10 innings of work, he did struck out 8 and walked only 4.
8 strikeouts and 4 walks, so brings some experience to the table. Been a reliever his first 2 years at Air Force. Got into that starting rotation last year. Expected
batter coming up is
guy in the Mountain West Conference this year. LSU and Air Force have played 6 times. The Tigers have been victorious each time. The first time they met was back in 2012, and yesterday, of course, LSU did not trail in the game and beat Air Force 6-1 with most of the
first pitch is coming in, and that is in there for a strike. That's Cruz.
Dylan Cruz out of Longwood, Florida, one of the best players in high school in the country.
Pitch coming up here.
Last year, he was sought by many
that is going to be in there. Ball 1. 1-1 is your count.
Yeah, Dylan Cruz turned down a lot of money, Drew. Then he took his name out of the draft just the day before the amateur draft last year.
Pitch.
Going to be a first rounder, but really wanted to come to LSU.
2-1 is your count.
The kind of
so 2-1 is your count.
End up on college campuses. There's not a whole lot that you can't do.
Pitch coming up. Fly ball. That's going to be towards the first baseline, and they will make the catch.
And that is squeezed.
So one going here in the
first baseman.
Bottom of the first. Okay, defensive alignments.
Open in center field, Thomason in left.
Thomason in left. Garcia in right. Colvin in center. Gambale at second.
Blatcher holds down third. And the catcher is a big one. Skeens, who was at first base.
So Skeens is in there as a catcher.
Skeens is
so
a
the pitch coming up.
Catcher. You don't see him
that is going to be that's going to be in there for ball 1.
Really the prize of Coach Kaz's recruiting class, just a freshman, but
so Doherty coming up.
Baseball thought enough of him, named him preseason freshman of the year in the Mountain West Conference.
In there for strike. So 1-1 is your count.
He's not afraid to pitch inside, so he jams. Dylan Cruz, fastball inside, working Doty inside as well, using the inside part of the plate. It's only going to make his breaking ball and change up that much better.
Pitch coming up. It's going to be foul. So it's going to bring up 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the first.
Burns is not overpowering.
No score, LSU and Air Force.
Will have to be selective. They will have to have an intelligent and patient approach.
Pitch coming up.
1-2 pitch.
Going to be a pop-up.
He is lifted in the air on the infield.
On the infield catch is going to make it 2 going.
Makes the play for the second down. Yeah, Burns continues to work the inside part of the plate. And I can't tell you young pitchers at home in high school, growing up playing travel ball, be able to use both sides of the plate with your fastball, especially with 2 strikes.
Okay, Morgan comes up here.
Be able to react to something off speed. And if you can use your
fastball, bottom of the
Burns doesn't have a great fastball, 88 miles an hour, below average for college standard. But because he uses it on the inside part of the plate, it plays even better than that. Trey Morgan
pitch coming up in there for ball 1. 1-0 is the count.
Morgan was 1 for 2 yesterday. He drove in a couple of runs.
Pitch coming in. Going to be a foul ball. 1-1 is your count.
Bit of Trey Morgan, but I tell you what, you like the swing. It's a flat swing. I don't know how many home runs he's going to hit this year, but as he grows into his body the next couple of years from LSU, I'm sure he'll start to get the ball in the air. But it's a flat swing right now. But
so pitch coming up here. 1-1.
The ball the other way. One of his hits he got yesterday.
Swing and miss. Once again, 1-2.
So the swing is probably not going to strike out a whole lot.
So 1-2 is your count.
Morgan hit in the 5th position yesterday. He's batting third this afternoon. He's a guy who'll choke up a couple of inches off the knob of that bat. The 1-2 pitch from Burns.
And there,
Just misses. The
2-2.
infield of Air Force had lurched toward the dugout. They thought that one was there.
Looked like the catcher wanted it that kind of up and away, but the ball is down and away and just missed off the outside corner to Burns.
This is cued off the cap of the bat.
It's going to be
a tough
thrown to
play for the
first.
second baseman, and he cannot make it in time.
Safe.
Gambale did
So he
everything
beats out the
could.
throw. First base for Trey
An
Morgan.
infield hit for Morgan
For
as he
2
had to
outs.
leg out
Also,
the pressure
Beloso
of the
comes
ball.
up.
Yeah, it's a changeup, and boy, watch this right off the cap of the bat.
Nice little hit right there. He
It
just
was gonna be
popped
a
it.
tough play for the second baseman, Gambale.
And that was a good throw right there, but unfortunately, LSU is safe, so
Here
runner
comes
at
the 2
first,
outs, and here's Cade Beloso.
and 2 outs.
Cade had a base hit.
Cade
yesterday.
Beloso coming up.
He's the DH for the second straight game.
Pitch
Kevin Dugas is on deck.
in there for
His team has had a
ball
first
1.
inning base runner.
0 is the count.
Beloso is played as a pull hitter on
So
the
the
infield.
throw to first is in
With the
time.
shortstop very
he gets
close
back
behind
safely,
the bag at
Morgan.
second, and the third baseman pulled over almost to a normal shortstop position. You see it right there.
Pitch.
That's elevated.
So it's going to 2-0 from Beloso. 2-0 is the count.
Christopher Simons is calling balls and strikes today.
So Christopher Simon is the umpire. Pitch coming up. So it's going to be
That's a
strike.
strike on the letters and a throwback to first. Pretty close.
And
down there.
that was close. That was close. That
Morgan
was absolutely
was
close. Trey
almost
Morgan almost got
napping,
picked
even though
off.
He was only a couple of steps off the bag. So Skeen said, I'm going to let it fly down to first base.
Well, Skeens can let it fly, too. And you saw him at first yesterday, catching today.
Didn't you tell me he may actually do some pitching as well?
He's listed
Pitch
as
coming
a
up.
right-handed pitcher, and they say he has a
2-1.
really good arm on the bump.
And
He shows
it's
good
going to
arm.
be,
Runner on the
and the
move.
runner will go
Skeen
to
touched the
second.
and
It turns. He is
stolen
safe.
base is successful by Morgan. It was a strong
So Trey
throw,
Morgan
moved
gets
it
the
over.
stolen
Trey
base.
Morgan moves into
Nice
scoring
little
position.
Well, Trey Morgan picked up a stolen
nice little
base
jump.
yesterday.
He
Picks
just
the
throws
perfect
and
pitch around a breaking ball.
gets it
Takes
there.
more
So
time
it's
to
an
get in the
easy
home plate. And Trey Morgan with a
steal
wonderful
right
jump
there.
on First base. First base picks up his second
Trey
bag
Morgan.
of the year.
What Trey Morgan has right now is the dirtiest uniform in the park.
And a brand new belt because he broke that one. It's a new belt to put on.
So his
He
pants
goes
will fall
for a
off.
different reason.
That's right. Especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas. And
Yeah, because he's
Day, of
running
course,
fast.
he
I'm going
did
to tell you, this Trey Morgan
Of course,
guy's
yeah.
no joke.
I know where you're at. Hunt season always puts me in a bad way. Too much fried food.
Too much
Maybe
fried.
Too many adult beverages every now and then. And
Well,
so I got to this time of year I got to get back in.
Come on,
One
come on,
must be
Ben McDonald.
fortified.
Talk about the game. Let's
That's right.
not talk about food and all that. Pitch coming up, and that is going to be fouled off. 2-2.
But now I'm paying for it. And one thing I've noticed is that the older you get, the easier it comes on, and the harder it is to take it off.
Well, I went to
I
your
don't know if you've experienced that or not.
not at all.
Okay.
I went to your 50th birthday party a couple of years ago.
I thought that was 40.
No, I think it was 50.
You sure?
Pitch coming up.
Your wife was claiming 60.
That is going to be
The inning continues as
Walk.
Beloso takes a pitch off
yeah,
the
it's going to be a
leg.
hit by the pitch. So it's going to be an HBP hit by pitcher. So Beloso gets the
Burns was just rolling.
So
along.
Beloso, that was right on his
Sometimes
knee.
things are a little bit
Right
different.
towards his knee, right on his side right
A
here.
couple of weak fly
So-
balls by Cruz and Doty, but then the infield hit by Morgan.
Runners at first and second, 2 outs.
Breaking ball.
Okay,
Here's Gavin Dugas
Gavin Dugas comes up.
with 2 outs, 2 on. We are scoreless in the bottom of the first. The wind is blowing out toward left center field.
That's going to be
Dugas
high
has
and
no
away.
strength, and he normally does not need
One ball
any
with no
aid.
strike
But any balls hit
So
out
Gavin
to the left
Dugas,
center today,
um,
unlike yesterday.
coming in.
will have a little bit of an assist. Dugas last year hit just
Pitch.
under 290.
It's going to be fouled off. Fouled off to the
Well, there's a lot of questions to be answered about this offense from LSU. You know, this is one of them right here. Gavin Dugas. If you talk to the coaches and the players about the guy that has the most pop on the team, the best exit velocity when it comes off the bat, it's Gavin Dugas. He's the kind of guy, if he stays in the lineup the entire year, he can hit you some home runs.
That's in there for a strike.
He takes a fastball strike.
1-2 is your count.
Perhaps looking for something else there.
He has to hit the ball here, Gavin Dugas, one way or the other. Because this pitch right here for Air Force is throwing strikes. Swing and a miss. So that will end the inning.
And LSU leaves a pair.
Okay, once again, we will mute sound due to the copyright restraints with music and stuff. Let's give you the last. Let's go to the first inning. In the first inning, for LSU, no runs. No runs, one hit. 2 men left on base, no errors. It is. We're going to the top of the second. LSU and Air Force scoreless. That pitcher right there, I'm gonna tell you, he was throwing strikes for Air Force. So I'm gonna pull my numbers. I'm gonna pull my box score number up on him. Okay, the pitcher right now. Bynes, he has 1 inning of work. He has 1 hit given up. He has 1 strikeout. He has 1 hit by a pitch in the first inning. So that is your totals right there for Air Force. So we'll get back to the plays. Once again, 1-0-0. We'll start the second inning. Once again, audio only, no video. We cannot show video due to copyrights. That's restricted by all 3 networks. So
4 for strikes, and of course he was helped out on a 4-3 double play. There you see TW20 on the arms, the sleeves of these.
Going to be a 5 ball.
Air Force. There is
was the
significance
first base side, and the catch is made by Trey Morgan, so it's 1 going for Air Force.
TW stands for Travis
Pub.
Wilkie. Wilkie was a catcher for Air Force from 2015 through 2018. And then tragically,
Travis Wilkie
died in a T-38 supersonic jet
pitch
training mission.
That's going to be low. Ball 1.
And never will.
1-0 is your count.
It sort of brings it into reality that, yes, it's great to see these teams.
Alexander Pup,
Academy, from
297 batting average. He has 7 RBIs. Pitch coming up, and that's going to be in there for a strike. So it was low and away, but it was in there for a strike.
During their 4 or 5 years in a military academy to have the privilege of also participating in sports.
No doubt. I mean, you can't appreciate what they go through because they're soldiers. That's what they are. That's what they're training to be. They're getting to play baseball right now. That's on the side. Their main goal is they're training to be.
So 1-2 is the count.
Just to watch Air Force during the playing of the national anthem was humbling.
It's going to be a fly ball
to
right field, and it's going to be caught by Cruz.
Is retired.
So it's 2 going for the
was forthcoming. Air Force
Tigers, so 2 going.
Very smartly and with precision lined up, and they snapped to that salute upon command.
That was a pretty good. Good salute. I'll be honest with you.
Over, they held that position.
I mean, look, this is the military academy right here.
It's stirring. It really is. The respect that
in there for
Air Force shows for the country,
ball
for the
one.
flag,
1-0 is
and
the count.
for what their mission is going to be.
Kind of put it down.
You see Coach Keselowski.
Pitch
their
coming
head
up.
coach, has his mask on. Of course, it's
In
red,
there
white,
for,
and blue.
Ball two.
Now, he's a former C-17 cargo plane pilot.
Scheme comes
20
up
years
here in the
active duty and retired.
top of the
The day
second.
he retired, the next day was named head coach of Air Force.
Skeens with 2 outs.
Pitch. That's going to be
3 straight misses to
3-0
the tallest
is the
player on
count.
the field. Paul Skeens, a 6'5" freshman.
Yeah, he fills up that batter's box, 235 pounds. And he's one of the guys with some real pop in this Air
Pitch.
Force lineup.
swing and a
Turning
miss.
loose on 3-0.
So it's going to be
Air Force
3-1.
only hit
So
5 home runs last year. It was a little bit disappointing for them in their 17 games.
Especially in that thin air.
Yeah, expected to hit a few more this year.
here's the pitch. Strike two.
I would think that most
So the
of the
count
Air
is
Force early season games
3-2.
are always on the road.
Landon Marceau pitching today. We'll give you his numbers at the commercial break.
The 3-2 pitch.
3-2 pitch coming up. Swing and a miss. Strikeout.
After missing 3 times, and then throws 3 straight strikes.
So nice little strikeout by Landon Marceau.
Fastball middle in, and gets it right by the big fella Paul Skeens. Gets LSU off the field, going to the
Okay, top of the bottom of the second, no score. Landon Marceau, I like what he did on that pitch. He did battle back from 3-1 to get that strikeout. So I'm glad he just battled back. So once again, your score is 0-0. We're going to the bottom of the second here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Let's give you Landon Marceau's numbers. I'm gonna go ahead and give you his numbers. So I'm gonna switch this over to the LSU box score. Landon Marceau, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walks. He had faced 6 batters in the game so far. So far so good for Landon Marceau. Now the batting top of the batting order. We'll show the top of the batting order. So we'll give you those orders. Okay, the top of the LSU batting order will be DiGiacomo coming up. He is the 6-hole hitter. So that's going to be a 6-hole hitter, DiGiacomo. Once the game returns, we are live here on YouTube and Twitter. We cannot show any videos of any kind. Please read the no videos will be shown due to the copyright restrictions. We cannot. I mean, I wish I could do it. I mean, I just love to do it, show y'all the game, but we cannot do it. We want to go within the guidelines of those 3 platforms.
Field, that's a 12 to 15 mile an hour wind right now. It will especially aid at right-handed pull hitters.
Okay, Giovanni DiGiacomo tries to bunt, and it's going to be foul.
The second inning.
Strike 1, 0-1 is the count.
John Burns flirted with some danger in the first.
So Giovanni DiGiacomo, 351 batting average last season. OPS was 888.
And you'll go against DiGiacomo, Helmers, and
Here's the
Bianco
pitch.
here in this
It's going to bunt it. And once again, foul.
Dugas on a really good changeup.
0-2 is the count.
Changeup. 3-2 count struck him out. That was another changeup to DiGiacomo. So we've seen a good fastball up to 89 by Burns. The ability to use the inside.
So
part
Burns
fastball,
is the
but
pitcher.
also a good changeup and a good breaking ball as well.
2-2 for Giovanni.
DiGiacomo had a
DiGiacomo
base hit
will,
yesterday and drove in a run. He
and
laid
that's
off
gonna
that
be
elevated
1-2.
pitch. We will remind you throughout the broadcast, if you're anticipating a Louisiana Tech LSU game at 6:30 tomorrow, the game is still on, but the time has been changed to 5 o'clock.
So we will have game coverage tomorrow as well.
Between
Louisiana Tech and LSU.
LSU.
I will also remind people on the social media side.
SEC ESPN Network. Meanwhile, Air
Pitch
Force
coming up, 2-2.
It's
Gonna be a line into right field for a base hit.
It's down on the warning track.
It's all the way down to the warning track. He'll chuck into third, and he will get to third in time on a triple. So Giovanni DiGiacomo gets the triple here to start off the top of the
It almost looked like
bottom of the second.
To it, because it took off with that kind of trajectory. We thought it was going to be a home
So a
run.
nice little hit right there by Giovanni DiGiacomo at the right field.
Garcia's breaking back towards the line as he goes toward the wall. The ball's coming down with the top spin the whole time. It hits the heel of glove. And once he kicked it in the corner, there was no doubt DiGiacomo was going to at least get to third base with the way he runs.
So LSU opens the bottom of the second with a 3-base hit by DiGiacomo, and here's Will Helmers.
Well, Helmers comes up and a pitch
Helmers takes a
in there
strike.
for a strike.
We're going to start talking about these situations again, right? Runner at third base, less than 2 out. The middle infield for Air Force is playing back, meaning if you could just hit a routine ground ball to that middle part of the
It's
infield.
going to be a fly ball coming up.
This is popped up on the right side.
It's going to be
And
caught.
the second baseman,
One
Giovanni
gone.
makes the play. LSU left a lot of base runners in scoring position yesterday, and they had many opportunities because of double-figure walks and hit batters by Air Force pitching.
Air Force pitching.
Bianco
Yesterday,
comes
game
up.
1, walked 11, hit 3, so 14 extra base runners. And you're right, LSU had trouble for a while coming up.
Okay,
with
once
base
again,
hits. Finally
please,
started to
once
get a
again,
few
I know you're looking at the
base
game
hits, runners
cast,
in
but the
scoring
game
position.
audio
Better
is in
towards
the
game.
feed, so you'll hear the broadcast. That's going to be
Bianco takes a pitch high and inside.
ball one. So Drew
LSU
Bianco
left
comes up,
15 base runners yesterday.
pitch, low in the dirt. That's going to be 2-0.
Good to see Bianco in the lineup. And I know he hadn't performed well, Lynn, not yet. But I really think if Paul Maneri would take Drew Bianco and put him in the lineup, wherever that would be, whether it's a shortstop, third base, DH,
I would like to see
outfield, he
Drew
could play all
Bianco
those
do it
second
all.
base too, and you give him 50 at bat.
Pitch coming
I
up.
really think he is going to hit.
That's going to be in there for ball
He has
3.
had trouble with breaking
3-0 is
in
the
his
count.
first couple of years.
So Bonds right
He was
now
a
gives
shortstop
up 2
in
hits,
high school and coveted by many
1
major
strikeout.
programs.
He gave up a triple.
And of course, his father is
To,
the
Giovanni
SEC
DiGiacomo.
coaches at Ole Miss.
Pitch. It's going to be a tapper. It's going to be foul.
During your playing time, your former catcher,
Catcher,
during your
yeah.
playing time here.
There was nobody more competitive than Mike Bianco. And his boys are the same way. Drew Bianco, a very, very competitive young man, wants to do well, and sometimes that's his problem. He wants to do well
Pitch.
too bad.
That's going to be fouled
Took
off.
a rip at that one.
Because you're right. I mean, all the accolades come out of high school. He played shortstop, but his thing was he could really hit. He could really hit in high school.
And I'm still doing a double take over the facial hair this year.
That's something that was relaxed by head coach Paul Maneri back in COVID time.
That's going to be
Giacomo.
ground ball.
The
And the
anchor
throw
was
is in
thrown out
time.
First base, but he collects the RBI.
So it's going to be an RBI.
On the slow roller to the left side, and LSU
Goes
takes a
up 1-0.
1-0 lead.
Well, there you
The
go.
LSU up 1-0. You'll see the live score right on the screen. I know it's a little fast, but
Wasn't hit hard.
then the game broadcast, but it's
And out by just a half a step. This is Giovanni
Giacomo gets the first run of the afternoon.
So the Tigers scratch for one after the triple by DiGiacomo. And here is Alex Milazzo.
Alex Milazzo comes up.
Alex was 1 for 4 yesterday.
So 0-1 is the count. Pitch. Swing and a miss. So it's going to even
Quickly
the count.
falls behind 2 strikes.
No 0-2. It's going to keep the
Milazzo
count
hit
0-2.
sub 200 a year ago. He would love to get into that mid 200
Pitch.
range.
That's gonna
That would be a
the
bonus.
1-2 is the
LSU if
count,
this young man
so,
can contribute offensively.
so it's
Yeah,
back
'cause
to a
defensively,
1-2
not
count.
many better.
For,
Not many better. Threw out 5 of 10 last year, 1 of 2 yesterday.
and looks like he
And
did
has called
went
a half
around.
swing, a breaking
He
pitch.
went around, so it's a
Leaves
strikeout.
Alonso at the plate. It's the second strikeout for Byrd.
Okay, once again, we'll mute the sound. We'll give you the scoring. Let's give you the numbers. I'm gonna pull these up in the second inning. So once again, LSU 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no men left on base. The inning started off with Giacomo hitting a triple. Also, Helmer's popping out. Bianco grounds out, and also Malazzo strikes out. In the bottom of the second, we're going to the top of the third. Your score is 1-0. The Air Force lineup coming up. We'll give you that Air Force lineup. I'm going to switch it. Give me a second to switch the. It's going to be Blatchford coming up here in the top of the third. So top of the third is going to be Blatchford for Air Force. So we're waiting for the game audio feed to return. Once again, cannot play any specific video feeds because we're not allowed to. I mean, I don't want to get banned or none of that stuff. So that's why we're going to play it safe here. So let's go to the third inning. Lynn Rowans and Ben McDonald's calling the game. Also, I'm calling the game as well.
Air Force and the Tigers. On a cloudy but much warmer day with the wind blowing out toward left center field at Alex Fox Stadium, Skip Bertman Field. Landon Marceau
comes in for his third inning of work.
Which to work. Tigers in their purple jerseys and white pants. Air Force has gone from white to blue today.
So 22 pitches
jerseys.
for Landon Marceau.
Has been pretty economical, only 22 pitches.
No, he's looked good. And he's kind of picked up right where he left off last year. That's commanding that fastball.
I know that the music's
inside,
playing,
outside
but
plate,
that's going to
mixing
be
in the
about a
breaking
short
ball. Some
time.
really good changeups. These pitchers
So
are
it won't be a
pitching very
long
similar. Marceau with a little bit better fastball than what Birds has. We've seen Marceau up to 92 so far.
pitch coming up. That's going to be Blatchford. Pitch coming up, and that is going to be a swing and a miss.
Taking a look at
0-1 is your count, so Cole Blatchford comes
about
up.
Air Force. I'm having trouble converting the 24-hour clock into my normal clock. So 06:30 is 6:30 in the morning, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. The throw is going to be in time. So one gone.
Cole Blatchford
So
retired.
it's retired on that
Corner to the other.
ground ball.
So morning formation is at 6:45. You only have 15 minutes to pile out of bed and get dressed. You wake up at 6:30. 6:45 morning formation. 7 o'clock to 7:23.
Wow.
That's what it says. Not 7:25, not 7:30, but 7:23.
Yep, it's going to be a fly ball.
Just twisting out of reach. Pretty well hit.
Foul towards the left field bleachers.
Breakfast is at from 7 to 7:23. You've got 23 minutes.
23 minutes and no more than that.
No more than that. Class starts at 7:30
Wow.
and goes to 11:23.
You learn to eat fast, don't you? If you get to eat it
You
all.
better eat fast because you might get indigestion as well.
Walk to lunch. Lunch is
Thomason comes up.
11:38 to 11:55.
And the pitch
That's the mark.
is going to be in there for strike one.
Lunch is 12 to 12:20. So you only get 20 minutes for lunch.
If you're watching from wherever you just let us know where you're watching from.
12:15,
If you're watching it on SEC Network
baseball
Plus,
practice
let
from
us
4
know.
o'clock to 6:45. The
It's
weight
going to be a
room,
swing.
training
Looks like
from 7 to
it
8
is a
o'clock.
strikeout.
Dinner from 8:30 to 9.
So that's going to bring up.
From 9:30
that's gonna,
to 11.
It's going to be 2 outs
And then
now.
lights out. and then repeat the next day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when do you catch your breath? Now, that's what I call a schedule, a tight schedule. I see why they're so skinny too. They 20 minutes to eat.
Yeah, that's the military life right there. He's going to bunt it, and it's going to be fouled towards the backstop. So that's going to be no balls, 1 strike. Sam Cloller, pitch.
Well, Singham was not in the starting lineup yesterday.
So 1-1.
The 1-1 pitch.
So it's going to be 1-2. 1-2 is the count.
Plays fastball around the inside
for
part of the plate at 92. So
Collier Singham.
Look for that breaking ball now. A lot of times when you speed the bat up inside and you come back with something off speed.
Pitch.
There's a good breaking ball.
So that's going to be a breaking ball.
Singham laying off of that one.
Singham, this nice little layup on that pitch. 2-2 is your count.
Marceau has faced the minimum for 2 2/3.
Pitch coming up. Strike 3 call.
3rd strike. Marceau struck out the last batter in the 2nd. He strikes out the last 2 batters in the 3rd. This one was a high pitch that clipped the outside.
Okay, once again, 1-0. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0. LSU on top. So we'll wait for the ESPN SEC Network broadcast to return. So 1-0 is your score. Let's give you bottom of the let's give you a 3rd inning play-by-play report. Okay, no runs, no hits, no errors, no man left on base. Blatchford struck out to begin the top of the 3rd. Thomason struck out slinging. So it was a ground out for Blatchford, strikeout swinging for Thomason, and Cloder Singham strikeout looking. So 2 strikeouts in this in the 3rd inning. So let's give you Brandon Marceau's numbers. I'm going to go ahead and give you his numbers. Go over to the stat screens. Okay, Brandon Marceau's numbers right now, 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit given up. He faced 9 batters total. So once again, your scores here in the bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 LSU.
This game is a repeat of yesterday when the Tigers opened the season with a 6-1 victory.
To wait for the beat.
The Tigers bring the top of the order to the plate. Dylan Cruz, Kate Doty, and Trey Morgan.
So it's going to be Dylan Cruz coming up, pitch coming
John
up.
Burns unfolds
in there for
misses.
Ball 1.
Cruz fouled out.
So Burns
to the first baseman.
2 innings. He had given up 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 2 strikeouts.
This time he
it's going to
be
be
the other way.
to left field
for
a base hit.
Dylan Cruz.
So Dylan Cruz gets on first with no outs.
And shot it the other way.
That was kind of loud. A couple of hits, base hits yesterday, but really weren't barreled up. This one is a no-doubter off the bat, really barreled up. Just a rocket out to left field to Thomason, who quickly gets it in. But you're going to see Dylan Cruz do that a lot this year. When he finds the barrel, it just makes a little bit different sound coming off the bat.
Trey Morgan had an
pitch out to first.
DeGiacomo tripled and scored in the second.
Safe
and
at
Cruz
first.
has singled here in the 3rd.
So Kate Doherty coming up here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Cruz can run a bit above base runner as far as speed goes. Doty can handle the bat. Wouldn't be surprised to see a hit and run the other way. Big hole over there towards second
in there
base
for a
for
strike.
Doty. He can punch one through it.
Cruz probably
0-1.
takes the biggest lead from any Tiger we've seen in the early season. And of course, the sample size is still very small, but he gets about as much as he can.
Pitch, swing and a miss. So it's going to be
Doty
0-2.
took a big hack, but couldn't find it.
So Doherty behind on the count 0-2. Pitch. It's going to be a ground ball.
A one hopper to the shortstop.
And
He
that's
spins,
going to
catches
be
the second. Safe at
safe.
first on a very close play.
Nice little fielder's choice.
Alexander Pup.
So Morgan coming up.
And watch the pirouette throw here.
Yeah, Pup kind of gets on his heels right there, has to retreat.
So that was a pretty good throw right there, the second, but not in time
when Pup,
when it comes down to it. So runner at first and one gone.
So Doty replaces Cruz at first base. There's one out. Morgan had an infield hit last time.
Pitch.
Strike
And then
one.
for strike one. 0-1 is the count.
Air Force Academy
So Trey
was
Morgan
actually
coming up.
created in the mid-1950s when President Dwight Eisenhower authorized creation of the United States Air Force Academy. That
Pitch.
authorization came in 1950.
And that's going to be low in the dirt. 0-1.
And
Now
that
it's
summer,
1-1.
Colorado Springs was selected as the site for the academy.
Pitch. That's
During
going
World
to
War
make it
II, Ben,
2-1.
if my history
So
serves
nice
me,
little layup by
there actually
Trey
was not an
Morgan.
Air Force as we know it. I think it was an Army Air Corps. I mean, obviously they flew planes, but there was not a division of Air Force.
Pitch. Throw to first. Doherty back in time.
LSU is playing Liberty in softball in Tuscaloosa and beat Liberty 8-5. Taylor Pleasance was 3 for 4 with a couple of home runs and 6 driven in.
Pitch coming
LSU
up.
will take on Alabama in a few
Swing and a
minutes
miss.
after losing to the
That's
Crimson
going to be
Tide yesterday.
2-2 for Trey Morgan.
Ben, I can't recall the young man's name nor even the game, but I briefly saw on some highlights from ESPN last night.
Pitch.
Runner on the move. The
It's going to be a
pitch is hit deep
tap to left
Is
field.
there room?
Is it going to go?
The
That's
left
gonna
fielder
be
cannot get it.
a
Thompson
double.
has to play it off the wall.
The run's coming in. One run is in.
And Trey Morgan.
So
goes
LSU on top 2-0.
and creates a wall banger for an RBI.
So that's Trey Morgan getting a double left field.
So
once again, you scored 2-0.
runs for the Tigers. He's 2 for 2 today. He's got a stolen base.
He just hit it. He just hit it right on the barrel of that bat. And he just knocked it off of that left field wall. So Trey Morgan at second.
He scores.
Here in the top of the third, one out. Dugas comes up.
And this brings on Cade Beloso.
No Cade Beloso now.
Position.
And Cade Beloso will go to right
Sends
field.
it out toward right.
And that's going to be a base hit.
Garcia backs up to make the catch. That ball was tagged,
So,
but Garcia was able to.
no,
track
but
it
it's
down.
an out. It was an easy out right there. So,
batters for the Tigers had barreled it up here in the second inning. Cruz with a single. Cade Doty hit it really
It was
hard.
almost a base hit, but it was an out.
LSU starting to make some adjustments.
okay, Dugas
Air Force a second time through the lineup.
comes up.
Dugas struck out in the first with a couple of teammates.
Pitch
aboard.
coming up. And that is going to be in there for ball one.
Back to my story, there was a college player making his debut who hit 2 Grand Slam home runs in the same inning in his first 2 at-bats yesterday.
That's what I call a pretty good start.
Indeed.
Pitch coming up.
In the same inning, his first 2 at-bats.
That's going to be strike one. 1-1 to should count. You'll see
Did you
the
see what Landon
status
Sims
of
did, the reliever from
Dugas
Mississippi
is
State?
I
at
did
bats.
not. Comes into the
He's
bases
at
loaded
In the fifth inning against Texas.
actually
Punches out
2-1, but
inside,
that is
strike out
faster
10
than the
of 12
game
batters
broadcast.
he
You'll
faced
see it right
against
there.
Texas.
My goodness.
Pitch,
That's pretty
and that's going to be a
relief
pitch out
See 12 batters
to
and punch
second.
out 10 of
Trey
them.
Morgan gets back safely.
The two who didn't strike out probably have petitioned for a greater scholarship. That is something.
Pitch coming up for Dugas, and that's going to be
To Dugas.
2-1.
Yeah, they got that tournament going on over in Houston, and the SEC kind of beat up on the Big 12 conference yesterday. Ole Miss won, Mississippi State won, Arkansas won, knocked off TCU, Texas.
I saw where Florida
Texas
got
Tech.
beat.
Florida got beat late
Pitch.
by Miami.
So it's gonna be,
lead late, and Miami would come back and score 3 in the ninth.
3-1 is
Extra
the count.
innings.
I believe it was a 9-8 final.
2 outs in the inning.
Three balls and a strike. Morgan at second base after an RBI double. off the left field
3-1
wall.
pitch. It's going to be 3-2 now. Foul off by
Alabama's
Dugas.
out of the gate again. Remember, Alabama was 16-1 last year.
Okay, once again, please don't pay attention to the game cast. I know it's fast. The game audio is on. You won't miss a play.
Yet to play because of weather
So,
in Nashville. And Kentucky has
3-2 is the count coming in. Fly ball to
Second baseman Gambale is backpedaling. and
Gambale
going
will
for
make
it,
the
and he's
catch.
got it.
the inning is over. We are going to the top of the fourth. LSU on top 2-0. Let's give you the plays on what happened in the third inning. Let's give you those numbers. I'm gonna pull those numbers right up on the screen. Okay. Once again, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 man left on base, no errors. Cruz had a single that was in the to start off the third inning. Doherty reached on the fielder's choice. Morgan had a double, and then Beloso flies out, and Dugas flies out to the second baseman. So that's what happened in the LSU bottom of the third. Your score is still 2-0 here on so we'll head over to the fourth inning. Let me switch the screens. So once the fourth inning begins, we'll have it up on the screen. So we're waiting for the ESPN broadcast to return. So we give you we'll give you game updates on college baseball games going on across the country before they come back. So waiting for the feed to return. So we'll wait for the feed to return. Top of the fourth, LSU on top 2-0. So we'll get back to game coverage with Lynn Rowlands and Ben McDonald.
Second, another one in the third. And Landon Marceau has a
Landon
2-0
Marceau
lead
will come
with
up
which
to
work. The Giacomo and Doty have scored.
Garcia
for
comes up.
LSU in this game.
That's in there for
The Giacomo on a ground out by Bianco.
that's
And Doty on a double by Morgan.
pitch coming up. Base hit to left
That's
field.
just out of the reach of the leaping Drew Bianco at shortstop. And an opening base hit.
For Air
Blake
Force. So
Coben.
start off the third inning. Let me switch this. Switch my screen.
Colvin is the only.
Okay, once again, base hit by
base hit in the first, and he opens
Colvin to start off the
with a single over
bottom of the top of the fourth.
And this brings on Gabriel Garcia.
Gabriel Garcia comes up.
4-3 in his only other at bat. Gambale is on deck.
Gambale will be the next batter after Garcia. And that's going to be in there for ball one. That is low in the dirt, but it is ball one.
Then I found the Air Force Honor Code, which was formally adopted in 1956 by the first graduating class. The Honor Code for all Air Force cadets.
Okay, pitch coming up here.
Steal or cheat.
It is 1-0.
Or tolerate among us anyone who does.
And that's going to be 2-0. Now it's 1-1 even. So it's a 1-1 even count.
I didn't know this.
So
Air Force Academy cadets earn $846 a month in basic pay. They have to pay for their own uniforms, books, and supplies.
Pitch coming up. So that's going to be ball two. 2-1 is your count. Once again, please.
In your baseball career, did you?
Gamecast is a little fast. We understand that. You'll see the plays. You'll also hear the plays as well.
Comes to mind.
Throw the first. The runner for Air Force is safe. So 2-1 is your count.
Two hits for Air Force, 4 for the Tigers.
Pitch.
Runner is on the move.
Going to foul it off towards the
one that scatters the LSU people in the bullpen.
So towards the first base
Same
line.
situation we had last time, right? Colvin on the move. Garcia trying to hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
Last time he hit a hard chopper to Cade Doty, who stepped on second and flipped it to first. Air Force does like to run, as we mentioned earlier.
So
Second in nationally stolen bases last year. So that's something
2-2 coming out.
They will move.
Runner
And
is going again.
Malazzo looks like the stolen base for Air Force.
To make a play. So
That pitch
Colvin
was
steals
low in the
second
dirt.
base.
So it's no contested.
Air Force down 2-0 and
throw.
certainly not afraid to move runners along. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes coming in.
Marceau.
So it's going to be a line.
Glove by Helmers.
And the
Nicely
throw
done.
is
low and
safe.
passes it into Morgan, who cannot field it.
So Air Force runner is safe.
That's going to be a throwing
On a
error.
3-2.
on
So it
Helmers,
is an
who had a
error.
great
So
pickup of that hard hit ball. But then
So it was a
into the
nice
ditch
little
and
hard
played
hit
first
ball
base.
going to third
Everything,
base.
Right? Gets in front of it,
And he
pushes the
kinda,
runner back towards second base. All
threw the
the time
ball,
in the world to get
and,
it from, but shortstop's Trey Morgan,
And that
he
was
does
off the
everything
bag
he
right
can.
there.
Ball in and out of the glove. The Air Force with something going here in the top of the 4th inning, but runners on first and second. And no one out.
Colvin was not able to move up on that hard hit ball in front of him. The Tigers infield is at double play depth.
So no outs in the inning. Pitch. It's going to be a good bunt.
Helmers
Coming down.
charges,
Throws to first.
throws
in
to
time.
first base. The second
And now
baseman
move up the
covering.
runners to second and third.
Doty
and,
on the
one
move
out.
was covering first, and Helmers delivered a strike to him. The runners move up.
Yeah, that was well done all the way around. And Bali with a really good bunt. Helmers came in, makes a good throw. Doty covering second base. Well done all the way around.
So Air Force has the tying run at second base with 1 out.
LSU's infield is playing back, so they'll concede
So that's
the run.
Alderford coming up.
Alderfer
2 outs.
fouled out
No, 1 out, excuse
to
me.
Morgan last time.
That's going to be a
Is
tapper.
hit slowly again to Helmers.
And the throw is going to be
Makes a good throw. The
in
run scores.
time.
Helmers gets the second out on a throw from third to first, and he has been busy early.
Well, he's getting his running. in.
2 outs in the inning
He
for
is moving around.
Air Force.
More of a swinging bunt by Altifer, who had a really good game yesterday.
Nice little swinging little tapper to the infield, and that was a good throw right there. So it was off the bag, but he got it in time.
Air Force gets a run back.
Pitch
That's an unearned run.
in there for strike one.
From Marceau to Alexander Pup.
Alexander Pup comes up.
Applied to Cruz in right field last time. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Air Force. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for LSU.
Pitch coming up here. It's going to be 0-2. 2 outs.
For those of you not familiar with Alex Fox Stadium, Skip Bertman Field, it is a natural surface, grass in the outfield and infield. There is artificial surface in foul ground at the green you see in foul territory.
That's going to be fouled off. Still 0-2 is your count.
So the young man you mentioned a while ago, 2 grand slams in the same inning, the freshman. Caleb Pendleton.
That was Caleb Pendleton. That guy, I'm gonna tell you, he just popped the ball for Florida Atlantic.
Against University of Central.
Pitch coming up.
That's
going to be
anything.
Well,
ball 1.
I can't take credit for it. I didn't look it up. Somebody on social media sent it to me, but that's pretty good start to your college career. 1 inning, you hit 2 grand slams, drive in 8.
You can't do better than that.
No, it's only one place to go from there, unfortunately.
Pitch.
But you already lead the nation in RBI.
We have round ball.
For Helmers, he recovers.
And it throws.
Picks it up, comes at the first.
Safe.
At first base.
So once again, Air Force
That
has a
ball
runner,
was hit very hard. Helmers
and the run
could not
comes
field it cleanly.
comes in. It makes it 2-2. So game is tied at 2. So the RBI
Helmers, but it's a rocket 2 hopper and does a nice job getting it recovers.
Infield single. And he's safe, so ties the game at 2.
LSU has made 3 errors in 2 games. They've all been at third base. Elmer's still learning that position. He's got the potential to do some pitching.
That's who I'm going to be. And the throw is going to be in time, so the inning is over. Okay, inning is over. In the 4th inning, 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 man left on base. The score is 2-2 after top of the 4th. So we're going to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 is your score. We will switch over to D1 baseball. Give you an update on college baseball games going on across the country. Let me get that switched in before we head back to game coverage for LSU and okay, once again, scoreboard update. Florida State on top 12-2. Dayton and South Carolina even at 0. Also, West Virginia in the top of the 2nd is on top 1-0. TCU is on top 1-0. Bellarmine and St. Louis, Louisville. I keep saying St. Louis, Louisville. Louisville scoreless. That's games that's going on in college baseball. So we'll be going back over to the Gamecast screen. Let me switch it back in. There it is, 2-2. And we'll turn to the game feed in just a second. They'll return over to the game feed.
The audience, which is the best in the country, LSU baseball, for years and years and years.
Swing and a miss.
Led the country in attendance. Only 25% of Alex
Bonds,
Skipper
3 innings, 4
capacity,
hits, 2 earned
can be
runs,
used
and
each game this year.
strikeouts, and a fly ball.
Sends one
to
very high
center field,
to
and
shallow
it's going
center
to be
field. There's a lot of
caught.
time
So that's
for
going to be
Colton
one
get under
going.
it, and there's the first out.
So Will Helmuth
Flies
comes
to his
up.
counterpart. After tripling and scoring in the second.
So Helmuth comes up here.
Chalmers who
One
has
out.
popped up to the second baseman. John Burns fell behind 2-0, but the game is now tied 2 apiece. And a breaking pitch slides over but high.
So that's going to be a high pitch, 1-0.
Helmer
Pitch.
has that wide stance.
So that's going to be
At the
towards the
plate from the
backstop.
right side.
2-0. So 2-0 is the count. Helmet's up. Pitch is coming up. Fouled off towards the backstop.
That's a good swing. 2-0 count. Looking fastball. Got
So it's
one.
going to be 2-1.
Just underneath it.
So it's going to be 3-1. It's actually
William
3-1 on the
Christopher
game
Helmers.
cast, but it is 2-1 on the game broadcast, and that is going to make it 3-1 this
Works ahead
time.
now,
So
3-1.
once again, they're ahead of each other. Pitch. That's going to be low in the dirt,
Draws
and
a
that
base on
ball
balls. He's a base runner.
will be a walk right there. Helmets will get on first.
That is walk number 1 from Burns. So if nothing else, Ben, Air Force pitching today is not walking batters with the great frequency it did yesterday.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. As many walks as Air Force had yesterday. They really
Okay,
stayed in the
Bianco,
ball game and had a
Bianco
chance
comes
there for a
up.
while.
First pitch. It's going to be fouled off.
Bianco is first pitch swinging and slams it foul.
0-1 is the count. So you'll actually see the live feed. You'll actually see the play-by-play. So on those batters. So Bianco 0 for 1. Pitch coming up.
Air Force pitching
And it's gonna
allowed
be,
11 walks
1-1.
yesterday and hit a couple of batters.
Pitch. Swing and a miss.
Bianco waves through one. He had
So
8
1-2
starts
is your count.
last year. They all came in left field and played in 13 games.
So 1-2 for Bianco. Pitch coming up. Fouled off. Still 1-2 for Bianco.
Bianco's brother Ben is a baseball player at the University of Louisville.
You'll hear the crowd.
Louisville,
Pitch
one of the
coming up.
brothers,
That is going to be
Bianco brothers.
throw to first.
Lafayette playing for the Raging
The
Cajuns.
runner gets back in time. That is Helmers. So it looks like he's got a big lead. And on first. Ground ball.
That is foul by
And it's going to be a
inches.
foul.
Bianco flirting with an extra base hit.
Now, that was a nice one
Steered
hit.
it to the left of the
He
bat.
just pulled it. Okay, they're showing Malazzo, but it is Bianco still up at the plate. Strike 3 call.
Oh, third strike on the outside corner. That may have been the best pitch of the day by Burns.
So Malazzo comes up.
Burns did a nice job mixing his pitches up. A couple of breaking balls and changeup. And you see the catcher schemes, rocks to the outside part of the fastball. Boy, a borderline strike, but a nice job. by
About a
Stevens,
few
the freshman
seconds.
catcher, kind of get his thumb under and pull that ball back into the strikes.
Okay, once again, if you're watching the game, you can on SEC Network Plus, you can come in and chat with us, and that is in there for
Certainly thought it was off.
Here's Malazzo.
strike
He struck
1
out in the
from
second.
Malazzo. Malazzo hitting 186. Pitch coming up. That's going to be in the dirt,
Runner is on
and the
move.
throw is going to be to second.
And picked a good
Not in
pitch
time.
on which to be,
So
running.
it's going to be a stolen base for Helmers.
So Helmer swipes second base.
LSU base runners have done a nice job the first two games in that play right there. The ball that hits the dirt, being aggressive on their secondary leads, and then getting a read and reading down angle and taking it.
That was a high throw right there. That was an absolute high throw. So if you're watching, let us know if it was a high throw, and that is going to be a fly ball to right field, and that's going to be a catch. And then it's over. We go to the top of the fifth.
After 4 complete innings in Baton Rouge.
Okay, once again, after 4 complete innings, let's give you an update. Bottom of the 4th, LSU had no runners. One left on base. No hits, no runs, no errors. DiGiacomo flied out. Helmers walked. Bianco struck out looking. And Helmers advanced on a wild pitch. And also Milazzo flies out. So that is in the bottom of the 4th. Play-by-play calls. So LSU ties up at 2. Here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we're waiting for the game feeds to return. So you will not miss a play. I know the game cast is a little fast. I understand that, but you'll hear the actual play-by-play from Ben McDonald and Lem Rollins.
No rain in Baton Rouge.
So a nice day out there in Baton Rouge at Alex Box Stadium. What I'm looking in at.
Mike Kozlowski, in his 11th season as Air Force head coach, he and Paul Mainieri have a very close relationship. He had 3 stints as an Air Force Academy assistant coach and retired from active duty in June 10 years ago. And is a veteran C-17 cargo plane pilot.
Yeah, he was actually an assistant coach at Air Force with Paul Mainieri.
So game audio's back on. You won't miss a play. LSU.
Second most wins.
Blatchford comes up here at the
second place.
top of the 5th.
Coach Kaz is there now. He's chasing 80 wins away from
Pitch
becoming
coming up.
winning his coaching.
And that is going to be a bunt. That's going to be foul.
And it twists off foul.
So 0-1 is the count.
Marceau, coming into this inning, had only thrown 48 pitches. 34 of those were strikes.
So
2 hits, no
Blatchford
earned
comes
runs,
up.
3 walks,
Last
and
season hit
0,
343, 3 home runs.
strikeouts and
Pitch
0
coming up.
walks.
Swing
LSU control
and a miss. So it's going to be 0-2.
Bevy of pitchers was very good. If memory serves, what was there, 1 walk, man?
1 walk is all LSU had yesterday. The pitching staff, 6 pitchers punched out 14.
Pitch coming up.
Only walked 1.
And that is going to ricochet towards the backstop. So it's going to bring it up, bring the count 1-2.
Cost him a couple of runs, but other than that,
So I know it's a little
really
faster
makes
than
this
the
seen all 3 of them. The change up, most it to the left-hander.
Pitch.
Good breaking ball, fastballs in and out.
It's going to be a fly ball to towards the first base line, and the catch is made.
Wow.
And that's going to be 1 out. Thomas,
What a long run
Thomason
for Cade
comes
Doty. He
in.
has the best angle. The second baseman, because playing deeper than what the first baseman plays, has a better angle on that ball. You saw.
so he had a
Trey
great
Morgan go back.
catch
He's
on it.
calling
Trey
it.
Morgan
The second baseman has priority.
was
As
trying to
soon
go
as Cade
for it,
Doty
and it
calls
was a
the
nice
second
little
baseman,
catch.
Trey Morgan ducks out of the way. Well done by Cade Doty. Good
Cade
communication.
Doty had a nice little catch.
And Doty
Pitch
reading
coming up.
the angle the entire time.
In there for strike
Called
1.
off the first baseman when he
So
was
that's
sure
going to
that
be,
he would get there and
Thomason.
made the play for the first out.
Because I know his count is 2-2,
Thomason struck
but
out
the actual
in the third.
game broadcast 0-1. So we're starting here. That ball was high. Brings up 1-1.
There's Mikael Hilliard.
So Hilliard in the
Getting
bullpen.
loose in that LSU bullpen.
So bullpen
Anxious to
action.
see him. You tell me he picked up a little bit of
Pitch.
velocity to go with that good breaking ball and that cut
In there
fastball
for,
that he has. He could be a real difference
ball
maker for
2-1.
LSU, especially late in ball games. He's a setup type guy for Devin Fontenot. Also could be used as a spot starter as he was his freshman year.
Pitch. That's going to be fouled off. Jay Thomason had a strikeout. A bad save. Pitch coming up. It's going to be fouled again, 2-2.
Thomason is a freshman. He comes from
So
a Southeastern
Thomason,
Conference city. He's from Auburn, Alabama.
Playing with the Air Force Academy. Pitch coming up here for Thomason. Strike three call!
Throws one right down
So
the
Marceau
middle,
gets the
and
strikeout.
Thompson could not pull the trigger.
So it's going to be 2 outs in the inning.
Also continues to hold his velocity 92, and this one right here hurts your feelings right on the inside part
Okay,
of the plate.
play single comes up here in the top of the 5th.
Kula Singham at the plate. He struck out in the third.
Color Singham, pitch coming up. That's going to be in there for ball 1. 1-0 is your count.
Marceau is one of those pitchers who appears to be unflappable.
Pitch coming up. That's going to be in the dirt.
It's hard to
ball
look
2.
into his face, Ben, and tell whether he's leading 10-0 or trailing 10-0.
Well, it's super competitive. You know, he's a young man that come to LSU a couple of years ago after being drafted. A lot was expected out of him, right? A lot of pressure on his shoulder. Turned down 7 figures, matter of fact, to come down
Pitch coming up.
and play here at
2
LSU.
outs.
And maybe try to do a little bit too
That's
much.
Clay
his freshman year.
Singham, and he's
And he was a young man that you
fouls
talked to
it
him
off
that
towards
never
the
failed.
first
He never
base
failed
side.
at any level of high school ball or travel
2,
ball. and
1
always
is your count.
dominated. And all of a sudden, as an 18-year-old kid, you get into
61
college ball,
pitches
you get into
for,
real baseball,
Landon
and
Marceau.
SEC play. And he got hit around a little bit, and he lost some confidence. But he said, I got back to doing the things that I do best, and that's not trying to throw the ball by people. He said, that's not my game. My game is pitching. I'm going to use my fastball. I can strike you out, but I'm going to use it in and out, up and
Pitch.
down. I'm going to spin a breaking ball and throw a changeup.
That is going to be 3-1.
And it really paid
That was
off
a
for him
91
last year.
mile an hour
The season was cut
fastball,
short after
3-1.
a wonderful start. He wondered what it would have been like for him. Goes back inside with a fastball, and boy, that ball just misses low.
Pitch. Ground ball to the first base.
Doty makes
And the
play
throw
at
is going to
second
be in
base.
time.
Number 3 up,
So
3
that's
down
going to
there.
end the inning. So we're going to the bottom of the 5th. Your score is 2-2. So we give you the bottom of the 4th play-by-play of Air Force. So once again, COVID single, stole second. Garcia reached on the throwing error. Gambello and a sack. Fly on a 5-4, so it was the 5-4. Also, Alderford ground out. Pub reached on a fielding error, and Skinner's did ground out in the top of the 4th. So we're going to the so we got the 5th was we gave you the top of the 4th, so we'll give you the 5th. Blatchford strikes out, Thomason strikes out, and Clovis Singham grounds out. So this is the top of the 5th. Here, 2-2 is your score. Cruz comes up to bat, so he is trailing 0-2. But we'll let you hear the actual play-by-play call.
Around the SEC, 8 Southeastern Conference teams are in the D1 preseason top 25 poll. So what else is new? Coaches have picked Florida to win the 2021 SEC Championship. Conference play starts the 19th of next month.
So it's going to be March 19th. Conference play
Conference
begins.
play did not occur at all last year.
So Cruz comes up.
COVID
in there for a
virus that,
strike.
attacked
0-1 is your
the
count.
world about a week before conference was to have started.
Yeah, just before. We're just about to
Pitch.
get into that 30-game grind.
Swing and a miss. So that's going to
Well, if
be
you love
he's
SEC baseball,
behind on the count.
You can see virtually every game. All of the LSU games will be televised in some fashion.
So we will be having LSU games all season long.
Offerings will be put into play. And don't forget, tomorrow, LSU takes on Louisiana Tech. That game has been
That's
moved
gonna
to
be in the
5
dirt.
o'clock. It was
2-2 is your
originally
count.
scheduled at 6:30.
It's actually 3-2 on the count on the screen, but it is 2-2. So we're
Changed
game
the
broadcast
plans.
says
That will be a
2-2.
5 o'clock start
That's behind about
tomorrow, Central Time.
that.
Louisiana
Once
Tech
again, the ball goes into
and
the dirt
LSU.
towards the So 3-2 is your count. So we once again
Both
they're ahead.
are busy right now.
Hilliard continues to get loose.
Pitch
LSU.
coming up.
That might be the end of the line for Landon Marceau.
It's going to be a foul ball.
Cruz at the top of the order has fouled out and singled.
So 3-2 is your pitch.
He was
Coming
2
up.
for 4 yesterday.
Love the way he's extended this at bat. Got down 0-2 early. He's fought off a couple of tough pitches and worked it back to a 3-2 count. See some double barrel action.
So
down
double
in that
barrel action for Air
bullpen.
Force and the bullpen. Pitch. Fly ball
A chance on the right
to
side.
right field, and it's going to be caught.
And the pop-up comes down in the hands of second baseman Gambale.
Kimball makes the catch.
Ron
Kay
Martin
Doherty
is
comes
the
up now.
right-hander.
It's actually
In the Air
1-2,
Force
but the
bullpen,
game
the southpaw is Joe
audio,
Martinez.
we are listening to the game audio. You'll hear every play. So once again,
Kay Doherty waits.
that pitch in
That's
there
a nice
for
breaking pitch.
strike one.
John Burns is doing well.
0-1 is the count.
He's held LSU
For Kay
to 4 hits,
Doherty.
just 2 runs.
Pitch. That's going to be high and
You
away.
know, Garcia, the right fielder, while it was a
ball,
tough play he could have come up with.
1-1 is the count.
Of course, the Giacomo never gets a third. LSU never scores in that one inning, so it really could be a 2-1.
Pitch coming up.
Oh, he's pitched it well.
Going to be a fly ball.
This ball
is
is tattooed, but
go-
curling foul.
Foul.
Well out of the yard, but hooking well past the foul pole on the left side.
So that's going to be towards the left field side. Kay Doherty almost gave it a ride.
89 pretty much the whole game here in the 5th inning.
So you'll hear the bats and all that in
Just
the
86
crowd and
started
stuff like
a little
that.
bit.
You'll hear the
85
bats clanging,
pitches.
You say he's up over 80
Here's
now,
the
so he might be
pitch.
starting to run out of gas.
and that's going to be in the dirt. 2-2.
Trey Morgan, who's had 2 base hits, is on deck.
Pitch coming up on 2-2. Now it's going to make it 3-2. So that was a good layout from that pitch for Kay Doherty. Pitch coming up. Going to be a check swing. You'll throw it to first. And
Well
it's
done
going to be
by
an out.
Latchford.
So 2 outs in the inning.
With steady hands at third base, turns it into an out.
Played some defense too. Last year, Blacksford
Beloso comes up here in the bottom of the
was
fifth.
an all-conference performer last year. That was really impressive. Here's Trey Morgan. Comes up again. Ball up, out, over the plate. Inside out swing off the
That was a good double right there.
Kay Doherty, and there he is at second base. So the freshman, Trey Morgan, off to a wonderful start.
Trey Morgan coming up, and that pitch is in there for
last night, a stolen base today, and another RBI.
can't see the screen. It's going to
Morgan
be a
is hit by
walk.
pitch.
Yep, hit by a pitch.
It's not the ideal way to get on base, but he's been there 3 times.
So hit by a pitch by
double for, an
for
RBI.
Trey Morgan.
He was hit by that pitch to become a base runner for 2
Trying to
outs.
watch out.
Veloso comes to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the first, and he tattooed a liner into the goal.
Well, 2 outs in the inning. So Veloso comes up. Pitch in there for a strike.
Well, there's a lot of keys to this LSU offense, but I think the man you're looking at right there,
So Cade Veloso
to
comes
me, is
up.
the biggest key
0
to
for
this
1
offense.
today,
They
hit
need
by a
him to
pitch
get
as
back
well.
those double-digit home runs he had
So,
last year, and again, it was a truncated season.
Pitch coming
They
up.
only had 1 home run, but they need him to get
That
back
is going
to
to be
back.
towards the backstop, and that is going to be a wild pitch. And
Well, base hit here.
Morgan goes to
Most likely
second.
Score Morgan, who has moved into scoring position on the wild pitch.
So the count is even 1-1.
Did you say truncated?
I did.
I
Truncated.
like that.
That's probably the most overused word in the English vocabulary last year. All you heard was truncated baseball season, but I thought I'd throw it out once just this year.
Okay.
All right, Ben McDonald, you just,
No, I can't spell it.
Just
I know what it means.
I mean, I'm the same way.
A little bit.
Fly ball, center field,
The center fielder
and that's
has some
going to
time.
be caught. And the inning is over.
Coben handles the fly ball up.
Okay, in the bottom of the 5th, let's give you those bottom of the 5th play-by-play numbers. Okay, bottom of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. Cruz did pop out. Doherty ground out. Morgan got hit by a pitch. Also, he advanced on a wild pitch. And Veloso flies out on a 1-1 pitch. So that's how the bottom of the 5th began with for LSU. Game is tied up at 2. So once again, we are doing game audio. You will not miss a play. You'll hear the play-by-play guys calling the game. So once again, we have to remind everybody, if you're asking for video footage, we cannot do it because of YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook regulations. We cannot do it, so we have to provide y'all with game audio. So we're waiting for the top of the 6th. They should be up in a few seconds. Top of the 6th. Colbert comes up for Air Force. So switch back over to the game audio.
LSU got the first 2 unearned runs in the 4th for Air Force, and Mikhail Hilliard comes
Hilliard coming in. 1-0
win-loss
win-loss record. He has no ERA. He had 1 in, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk, and 1 inning of work. So this is his first appearance
on a breaking pitch that
for Hilliard.
Yeah, began the season last year a little bit of a sore shoulder, so he was late kind of getting going. You saw him made that 1 appearance, but yeah, he was a difference maker his freshman year, freshman All-American. Actually got into the weekend rotation for LSU for a time, but it's some unusual
So the first
stuff.
batter comes up. It's
Fastball you're going to see in the upper 80s, but it's got a little bit of a cut to it, a little bit of a cut fastball and a really good breaking ball. He's also working on a changeup as well.
pitch
Well, he won 9 games
in there
in the
for ball
2018
1.
season.
That's going to be Blake Corbin. 1 for 1 today, stolen base.
Mikhail Hilliard led
Mikhail
local
Hilliard
Central High School
throws it, swing
to
in the miss.
2017 state
1-1 is your count.
championship.
That's what makes him special right there. You see the movement.
Pitch
That
coming
fastball
up.
is 88 miles an hour, but almost like a hard slider. It's got some cut
It's
to
going to
it.
be a ground ball, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. Nope, it's going to be an out.
Blake Coben.
Yep, it's a base
Top of
hit.
the order, hasn't
Yes,
he?
he has. He's responded, hit down the bottom part
So
of
it's
the
a
order
base hit.
yesterday for the Falcons. Matter of
So
fact,
nice
he hit
little,
ninth. He got 2 base hits. He's got 3 base hits
hit off
today,
the
so
pitcher.
5 base
So
hits
that
total
gets him a base
in
hit.
these 2 games.
So
No hitter.
Kate Corbin comes on.
Well, that means he is the
First.
only Falcon to have a base hit today.
Okay, for Garcia, his count is actually 2-0.
Gabriel Garcia
But we are
passed into a double play
going to give you the
and reached on an error and scored.
and the pitch coming up. And that is going to be way high. 1-0 is the count. For Mikael Hilliard.
Garcia is a junior right
So
fielder.
Garcia coming up. Pitch coming up here. In there for
Hilliard
ball
was
two.
9-5 in 2018
85 mile an hour pitch.
and was 0-4
5
the
pitches
next
for
season. They pitched in one game
Mikael
last year.
Hilliard. Pitch coming
A
up.
2-2 ball game.
2-2
Air
pitch.
Force batting in the sixth.
Swing and a miss. So that's going to be 2-1.
Hilliard at
On
85
Garcia.
miles an hour and well placed with that fastball.
So pitch coming in by Hilliard. Throw to first.
Hilliard brings some versatility.
and
to
Corbin
the
in
Tigers.
time.
They can use him as
So
a
gets
spot
back in
starter. They
time
can use him
to first.
in a variety of relief roles. He's a guy who can come in and eat up some innings if necessary early in a game or throw 2 or 3 in the middle part of the game.
Yeah, those guys are valuable. I mean, the midweek games are important too. Obviously, the NCAA puts more on the weekend series, when it comes to
Throw to
ranking
first.
and PowerPoints.
And he's safe.
Oh, I tell you, what a
That's
good
Corbin.
move by
I'm going to tell you, he
Corbin
got
over at first base.
he was close
Thought he
with,
had the pick off of Corbin.
to
That's
getting
a good
picked
move
off,
by
but
Corbin.
he got back safely.
I don't know.
And they
So if you're
are-
watching us
LSU is going to
replay,
challenge
it's
the
going to be a challenge.
safe decision at first base. You saw Corbin was
I'm gonna say this. Look, that was he almost had him. Mikael Hilliard. I mean, that was a good throw, but unfortunately, Corbin got back to first. So NCAA rules state foul or fair balls, home runs, ground rule doubles, catches, no catches, exemptions and stuff like that. Also, scoring plays include collisions and timely plays. So we'll switch back to the game audio. We'll wait for the decision by the umpires.
perfect pickoff throw.
It was an excellent throw. So if you're
Well, we
watching the
almost
game,
have
let
to
us
slow it
know.
down even a little bit more to really know, because boy, that right hand of Corbin.
So if you're watching on SEC Network Plus, you can come in and give us a report.
The hand instead of the elbow.
So
It makes
LSU
a
is
difference.
challenged safe at first. So I think it was a great challenge for
The
LSU.
umpires will come out now and a short view of the replay, and they will render their decision momentarily.
So we'll wait for the decision. So the umpires are coming out, and he is safe.
The runner is safe.
So he
Watch
is
where
safe.
the tag is. Watch where Trey Morgan applies to tag to Corbin's arm. If it's a little bit lower and not up
So
to
that
his
was a
elbow,
low
maybe he gets him.
towards the
Tag right there, kind
arm.
of on the tricep area.
That was towards the
That is awfully close.
right side of his arm. So 2-1 is your count.
Again, Ben,
Tied
we
up
had a
at 2.
couple replay challenges yesterday.
Pitch. Fly
The
ball
decisions came quickly, which is what you would hope. for.
right. And that's going to be a catch.
Giacomo was calling
Giacomo
people
makes an
off
excellent
center field,
catch.
And as it turned out, he had to lunge and make a play, and I think he has hurt himself. I think
So
that Giacomo
hopefully he's okay.
may have pulled a hamstring.
Giovanni DiGiacomo
And if that
was
is
trying
the
to make a
case,
diving play
it generally is
out
not
in,
particularly short
right center
recovery.
field, but it is hopefully he's okay.
It did not look good the way he.
If you're watching on SEC Network Plus, let us know.
Out in right center field, you
So,
see where he's coming.
We are on
appears to me
Facebook,
to be
YouTube, and
Dylan
Twitter.
Cruz's
If you want to
ball.
come in and
Of
comment
course,
to
the center
us,
fielder
watch the
generally
game with us.
the right of
We
way
won't have
in
the video
outfield,
on, but we
and
will have a game audio.
lunged.
You want to.
You can see that leg come up tight.
So
and short.
Giovanni Giacomo is okay. So it looks like they're going to
And
bring
he
him to
will
the
play no longer today.
dugout. So
Well, you hate to see it.
that's going to be a big loss for LSU's batting order. So he's a good hitter. So he will walk. He will get some help. So hopefully X-rays won't
LSU
show
will
any
make a
negative.
change in center field.
Looks like maybe Bianco's going to go play the outfield. And Zach Arnold may come in over at the shortstop position.
Meanwhile, DiGiacomo is having difficulty getting off the field, even with
That's hard right there. When he made that diving play, he kind of I think he kind of twisted his sprained his ankle or something. He probably did something like that. I don't know.
So Ben, he is playing
'Cause he was,
positions today that he's never played before in college.
So Zach Arnold comes in at shortstop.
Zach Arnold is the shortstop.
That's one out in the inning.
Hilliard working with the runner at first base. He is on the move.
And the pitch is going to be
Milazzo's peg bounces in.
in. Nope, it's going to
And
go
that's made it on
into
the
center
fly. I
field.
think Milazzo would have had the runner.
So the ball is going to go into center field. So good. That was
another
very high throw.
outstanding jump off the run off Mikael Hilliard.
And that ball went off the
Milazzo does
shortstop's
everything he can
glove,
do to
so
get
that
through
is
maybe a little bit too quickly as he doesn't carry it all the way down to second base rather.
0-1.
If that ball made it on the fly to the bag, I don't think there's any doubt that Coven would have been out.
If he would have got
Now,
popped.
Volley
Pitch coming up, volley coming up.
has a chance to drive in the go-ahead run.
He's so it's going to be fouled off.
So it's Helmers at
0-2.
third base. Arnold at shortstop.
So he had a sack bunt
Doty at second.
in the
Morgan at first. Dugas,
in the game.
Bianco, and Cruz from left to right in the pasture. A 2-2 game.
2-2 game coming up.
Hilliard from the stretch.
Top of the sixth. Ball was low in the dirt, so it's going to be 1-2.
One out and a runner at second.
Pitch coming up. Ground ball.
Elmers cannot make the play at third.
Ground
It
ball
rolls into the
to
left
third.
field
And that's
corner.
going to be a
The
base
runner's
hit.
coming around.
And it's going to be
The throw
a
goes to second base, and for the first time in this series, Air Force
leads 3-2.
Gambale hit
Nice
it
little
hard, and it
long
got
base
to
hit.
Helmers at third.
So a nice little long base hit
Another
for
hard hit ball
Gambale.
right towards Helmers again. And well, it's hit hard, Lynn. It's still a ball that
So the
should
run
be catched. It's not
comes
that
in.
difficult of a play to make, and Helmers is really having his struggles over at third base the first two games of this series.
We are waiting for the official scoring.
So we're waiting. Let's see what it is. It will be a long single.
3-2 Air Force.
Alderfer comes up,
is 0 for 2 with an RBI.
so that's going to bring it.
That's going to be ruled a
the
base
count
hit.
1-0.
An RBI. So 2 hits in the inning off of reliever Hilliard.
So the pitch coming up.
Air Force
So it's going to
leading
be
for the first
ball
time.
2.
It's a 3-2 game. Air Force.
2-1 is 2-0 is the
Been
count.
held. Well, now they've changed it, I believe.
Well, I think that's the right call.
Yes, they originally said base hit, and now it's been changed to an error and no RBI.
So it is an error. It was a long base hit, but it is an error.
3 errors for LSU, and they've all
So
been
that's something they're going to have to give up. stop giving up his errors. Because look, if you get those errors,
0 for 2 with a
you're going to
run
lose
knocked
the
down.
game.
Alexander Pup is on deck.
So Pup will be on deck after this
Hilliard
bat,
with a long stretch. Uncoils and delivers low.
and that's going to be 3-1 to get Alter. Three one is the count. Here's the pitch. It's going to be
This is cued through the right side.
so right side base hit.
Altifer
So Altifer gets on first.
was able to spin that one between Doty and Morgan.
I mean, this ball is hit right in the cap of the bat. Altifer can't find it. He thinks it's a pop-up and realizes it's through the infield for a base hit. When Air Force just keeps on plugging along. In the game a lot yesterday until Zach Arnold put it out of reach for a 2-run home run, and today just kind of hung around, taking advantage of some errors, and now lead this game 3-2 with runners on first and second, and only one out.
Wasn't that an interesting reaction?
So
he actually thought
Blake
that
Money
ball
in the
was popped up. He was
bullpen.
looking at the sky.
Number
Is it fair? Is it
44,
foul?
Blake
Where
Money.
is it?
So one
Meanwhile,
pitcher
it
is
was
warming up
swirling
for LSU,
between
and
the
that's
two right
Blake
side
Money.
infielders.
Pitching coach Alan Dunn.
So Alan Dunn coming out and talking to Mikael Hilliard. I think what he's saying, he's got to get his command up. Because you got 2 runners on base and 1 out. You have to
3
get a
runs,
double
4
play
hits,
here.
No errors for the Falcons. 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for LSU. And Blake Money is throwing in the LSU bullpen. He's a right-hander.
Pitch.
Alexander Pup, the Air Force shortstop.
That's going to be 1-0.
Takes one downstairs. Pup has flied to right and reached on an arrow.
Air Force with a grand opportunity here to really put a crooked number on the scoreboard and pull ahead by a couple of runs.
Swing and a miss.
Tell Hilliard you're thinking ground ball double
That's
play.
going to be 1-1 for Alexander Pup.
Strikeout.
1 ball, 1 strike.
He reached on an error.
3 base hits in the inning and a run. And a chance for more for the Falcons.
Pitch coming up.
And Bali at second base, Altifer on first.
Low in the dirt. 2-1. Hilliard's got to get that pitch up. He's got to get it in the strike zone. Can't be playing around with this team because they can get some runs in. They're already leading 3-2. Pitch coming up here for Hilliard. And Pup is and that's going to make it 3-1
inside.
for Pup.
Cole Skeens is on deck.
So Schemes will be the next batter. Pitch coming up. It'll be a
Popped up
fly
on
ball.
the infield. The infield
Infield.
fly rule should be in effect, and it is.
And the catch is made. It's going to be
Shortstop Zach
2
Arnold
outs.
makes the catch.
A huge pitch by Mikael Hilliard. 3-1 count. Runners on first. and
Arnold made a
second.
nice little
The
catch.
outside part of the plate gets a big fly ball. So LSU and Mikael Hilliard just 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
Skeens is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground ball to the
So
right
Schemes
side.
comes up.
Yesterday, he was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's not looked good at the plate. He's one of those guys at 6'5", 235 pounds. He can change the game quickly.
Pitch. Fly ball.
Right fielder Dylan
To
Cruz
right
is
field.
there.
And they will make the
There's a bump
catch.
between Bianco and Cruz, but Cruz holds on as Bianco, who lost his catch.
Okay, once again, in the in the 6th inning, let's give you those numbers on Air Force. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 men left on base. Your score is 3-2. Air Force on top. LSU will be batting in the bottom of the 6th. So LSU batting in the bottom of the 6th. Your batting order will be so let's give you those batting order. It will be Cade Doughty coming. Dugas. Dugas will bat in the 5th hole. So he's going to be coming up here in the bottom of the 6th. So let's give you the let's go ahead and give you the NCAA scores. I'm gonna go ahead and give you college baseball scores from so I'm gonna pull up the college baseball score screen. We will give you as a scoreboard update while we wait for the broadcast to return. Okay, score updates going on in college baseball right now. Florida State on top 14-7. Dayton and South Carolina is even at 1. West Virginia on top 3-2. Also TCU on top 3-1. Louisville on top of Bellarmine 10-0. Georgia Tech on top 3-1. North Carolina State is on top 5-2. Miami on top of Florida 8-1. Tennessee and Georgia Southern tied up at 2. Also, LSU on down 3-2. So we'll return to the GameCast, and also we'll have the game feed back on. So we'll return to that feed. Oh shit, man! I don't know why I dropped this. So when we get the switch back in, I'm trying to get it back in. I don't know what's going on. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. There it is. Okay, once again, 3-2 is your score. We'll get back to game coverage.
Falcons are protecting a 1-run lead.
Yeah, I thought Burns was outstanding. The senior showed some experience and really mixed his pitch as well. Anytime you come in here to LSU, pitch 5 innings early in the year, only give up 2 runs. The difference
So
for him
once
was
again,
only
3-2.
one batter, didn't give out many free passes.
Dugas coming up
along the way. He'll give Rob Martin an opportunity now.
pitch.
Dugas will be followed
In
by
there,
Zach Arnold, who replaced
For a strike 0-1 for Dugas.
DeGiacomo appeared to have pulled a hamstring,
Pitch.
lunging for a catch.
That's going
He
to
did
be
catch the ball coming
1-1 for
toward the
Dugas.
infield, but it was an awkward moment between him and the right fielder Cruz, and Giacomo really had the harder play. Managed to make the catch, but could not continue and barely
Pitch.
got off the field with assistance.
That's going to be ball 2. 2-1 is your count for Gavin Dugas.
Dugas has struck out and popped up to the second baseman. The shift is on. There
Pitch
are
coming
3
up.
fielders on the
Swing
third
and a
base
miss.
side.
So that's going to bring up 2-2 for Gavin Dugas. 4 pitches for the Air Force pitcher. That is Martin. And that ball is low in the
Burns
dirt.
went 5 innings,
3-2.
allowed 4 hits and a couple of runs. He walked 1. He hit a batter. He hit 2 batters, and he struck out 3.
Pitch coming up here. 3-2. And that's going to be strikeout.
Dugas is called out on a pitch that rips the outside part of the plate. That's well delivered.
So it's going to be
by
1
Martin.
out for
Yeah, it had a little bump to it, too, at 92 miles an hour.
So Zach Arnold comes up here in this inning.
Zach Arnold, yesterday in the 8th inning, sent one nearly 400 feet. The official measurement was 397. Out to left center field.
That was the official measurement, 397.
Home run
Pitch
late,
is
and
going to
that's
be
the only extra base hit in the game.
in there for ball one.
For either
So
team
it's,
yesterday.
it was his second
1-0
base
is
of
the
game.
count for Zach
Out
Arnold.
of California, a young man that was really penciled in possibly as
Pitch
being
coming up.
last year, but got hurt.
Swing and a
early,
miss.
surgery,
That's
and
going
removed
to
the rib, and
be strike
he
one.
came back
1-1 is
just
the
before
count.
COVID hit. He only had 2 at-bats last year. Looked really good defensively. Looked outstanding at the plate.
Pitch coming up here. Swing and a miss.
Yesterday,
So that's going
between the
to
two teams,
make
there
the
were
count
14
1-2.
hits. 13 of those were singles. Helmers will follow.
So Helmets will come up.
LSU trails by a run
Here's
in
the
the
pitch.
sixth.
And that it's going to be 2-2.
That was a very close take with 2 strikes.
So it's 2-2.
Good recognition by Arnold to watch the spin and have faith that it would move off the edge of the plate, and it did.
Strike 3
That one
call.
didn't, as it rips the outside edge again. Let's
Then it
see if
brings
this
out
is
2
wide
outs.
or not. The umpire said it's a strike.
Well, it's a little bit wide, but a lot of times in college baseball, you see
That
the
was a
pitcher set
wide
up on the
pitch.
inside part of the plate. That ball's about 2
That
balls
should have been a
off
ball,
the
but
outside.
unfortunately it is
Sometimes
it is
when
a
you get the
strike.
glove and the catcher has it right there, you'll get the call. But as a pitcher, if you can go out there and get a strike, why would you throw it anywhere else?
But let's face it, if you're a hitter, there is no way you can put that ball in play.
No,
It's impossible.
The only thing you can do is scoot up on the plate. And
Okay,
have an
Thompson
opportunity to do
coming
that,
up.
Because what Rob Martin has shown just in 2 batters is he's not really working the inside part. So you got to kind of go to
Pitch.
school and understand the umpire has a wide zone. And Rob Martin is showing
Strike 1.
everything away off the plate right now.
0-1 is the count, 93 mile an hour fastball.
Move up just a little
So
bit.
Jordan
Jordan
Thompson
is
comes
pitch
up.
hitting. He's a freshman from California. Pinch hitting for Helmers, who is 0 for 1 with a pop-up and a
That's
walk
going to be low in the dirt. That's going
Well, this
to
is the
bring up
college
ball
debut.
1-1-1.
for Jordan Thompson.
This is who most people thought might get the start over at third base.
So it's likely he'll stay
Going
in
to
the
be
game
fouled
defensively
off.
there.
1-2 for Thompson.
He is played as an opposite field hitter. There is a huge gap in
I'm going to tell you,
field and a
this
big
guy, Thompson, if
area
you
to
can
aim for
give
in
it
the
a
left
ride,
field corner.
I think it would be a good little long base hit or it's going to be a strikeout, so the
How
inning
about
is
that for
over.
Rob Martin? The guy hasn't pitched in 2 years. and he
So
comes
Rob
on
Martin,
and strikes out 3 Tigers in the 6th.
okay, once again, your score 3-2. We're going to the top of the 7th. We'll give you the recap on the 6th inning. So I'm going to put the 6th inning numbers in. So recap on the 6th inning, LSU had 3 straight strikeouts, Dugas, Arnold, and Thompson. No runs, no hits, no errors, no man left on base. In the bottom of the 6th, we are going to the top of the 7th. Your score is 3-2. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Play-by-play on call. So, okay, due up for okay, let's go over to lineups. Due up for is Cole Blatchford comes up here in the top of the 7th. So Blatchford comes up. We're waiting for the game audio to return from ESPN SEC Network Plus. Once again, we cannot show any game video footage due to the copyright law rules on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We have to once again abide by those rules. We have to remind people every time during this broadcast that's what we're going to have to do. Because I know a lot of people will be asking for game video and stuff like that. We cannot show game video. In reality, no. So the game audio will return. So we are in the top of the 7th.
Hits. Air Force leads 3-2 in Baton Rouge. And the Tigers.
So Blake Money comes up to the mound.
Tennessee. He is a 6'7" right-hander. Jordan Thompson has.
So Jordan Thompson will go over to
bottom of the inning.
third base. So Thompson the third, and Blake Money comes in for LSU. Swing and a miss.
Let's go with
0-1 is the count
fastball.
against
His
Blatchford.
first pitch as an LSU Tiger is a strike.
Pitch coming up. It's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be a high fly ball.
That's off the bottom of the
Off
wall.
the bottom of the wall. It's going to be a dump. For,
And a leadoff double.
for Air Force. So Thomason coming up. So he just knocked that ball. That was just like a line drive.
It's in the middle of the plate, but it's down below the knees, and he just goes down and
That was a line drive.
barrel on it over the head of
If you're watching on SEC Network Plus, please come in and comment. Give us
By the way, Ben, and you talked about this earlier, Paul Skeens is now warming up in the bullpen. He started the game at catcher. He played first base
So Thomas
yesterday, and
Comes
we
up.
may see Skeens play 3 positions.
pitch. Look like it's going to be a bunt, and they'll foul it off.
But we'll see if they go to the big right hander.
Going to be 0-1.
You mentioned he was likely to see some pitching duty.
Well, it's just like high school ball, travel ball, right? A little first base action, play a little catcher, run down, warm up in between innings.
That's
Jay Thomason
First
comes
base
up.
catcher pitcher.
Well, when you're 6'5", 235, I mean,
You never
you're
caught,
limited.
though. You never went
Well,
behind the dish, right?
No, well, and when I was younger, I did.
Pitch coming up here for
Not in high
Thomas.
school.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 is your count. 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Blake Money.
And Nathan Price is back. I mean, Nathan Price is their closer. He was a freshman All-American last year. We've not seen him yet. So Air Force is in a pretty good place right now. Late part of this ball game. Up run, threatening again. And a couple of their good relievers getting warmed up and available.
Pitch. That's going to be outside the strike zone.
Jay Thomason at the plate. He has struck out twice.
But it is still
Freshman left
1-2.
fielder.
Blake Money, part of this freshman class, ranked number 2 in the entire country, only behind University of Miami. We saw
Pitch
Garrett Edwards,
coming
a
up
freshman last
here.
year.
Runner
Willis is
at,
still down there. Blake Money, you're seeing now.
It's going to be fouled away towards the third base LSU dugout. That brings up still 1-2 for
Money and
Thomason.
Beck are the 2 tallest pitchers for LSU. Beck pitched well in relief yesterday, which he normally does.
Pitch coming up. Swing
Money got the
and a
batter
miss,
reaching.
so it's going to be a
I don't know
strikeout.
what Thomason was looking for, but
So Thomason
that was not
goes
a
out on
swing with
strikes.
conviction.
No, it's a really good breaking ball by Money. It looks like an even better job on the backside. Alec Beliza foul tipped it. It was able to hang on to it. For the
So it
big
was a
first
nice little
out of the game.
strikeout by Blake Money.
So that's the silver sombrero, right? 3 strikeouts?
3 strikeouts is just a hat trick.
Okay.
And then we'll go sombrero.
Okay, and then
And
Golden.
then golden sombrero. And then the horn of plenty. They get the 6.
You had a teammate that did that, right?
That's
Yes.
going to be in there for
Solid
ball
extra
1.
inning ball game.
For,
6 punch outs in 1 game. And then the funny thing is, 0-2, getting ready to punch out for the 7th time. He
Singerham.
hits a rocket. And he stands at home plate and watches. He thinks it's a home run after punching out.
Pitch
6
coming up
times.
here.
It hits the top of the wall. He has to take off, blows out a hamstring around first base, makes it to second, has to go to DL after the ball.
Oh, for heaven's
Ground
sake.
ball.
Zach Arnold will make a play at
And the
third.
throw is going to be in time at third base.
Was able to
And he is
recognize
out.
that
So it's going to be
Blacksburg
2
was
outs.
trying to sneak into third base. And he got it over to Jordan Thompson for the tag.
Yeah, just a base running mistake. Rule of thumb,
They
when
will
you're at
take that
second
base
base,
run,
the ball has to be
they will,
extra behind you.
Eliminate
Makes
that
the third
base
back.
runner at third.
Well, Zach Arnold recognized it right away, made a good throw over the
So,
third base.
2 outs in the
Pitcher
inning.
Blake Money. certainly appreciates that.
That is a huge play
So
because it removes the runner from scoring position, and now there are 2 outs. That looks like an easy
Colvin
play.
comes
for the
up, pitch
shortstop,
comes
but it's
in
not one you see a
for,
lot. He may not.
ball
the
one.
shortstop might not do that.
1-0 is
but
the
5 or
count.
6 times in a year. If
So
that's
that's
anything.
The
Blake
only good thing for
Corbin.
him is the ball took him towards the third
He
base.
did have
had
2
to move
stolen
on the
bases
board
in the
towards
game.
third base
3 for
bag.
3 today.
It was an easier play from that regard, but certainly a base running mistake
Pitch.
by Air Force to try to advance.
That's going to be
Here's
ball
trouble
2.
at the top of the order in Colvin. He's 3 for 3 today. A bunt single, a base hit in the 4th with a run scored.
And he also had
Likewise in the
stolen
6th
bases
inning.
as well.
Now, Coven has yet to make an out this year. 2 for 2 last night, 3 for 3 today, so a 5 for 5 start on the season.
Pitch
hit
coming up
9
here.
yesterday. Had 2 base hits and a walk.
That's going to be outside the strike zone. That's going to be 3-0 for Corbin.
Money has missed 3 times. Garcia, who's 0 for 3, is on deck.
So Garcia comes up after
Big
Corbin.
right-hander clips the
That's going to
outside
be a
corner.
strike. So ball 4, Colvin gets the first. First and second, 2 outs.
Kulasinga moves to second.
Kulasinga goes to second.
Colvin has been to the plate 7 times in this series.
So
and he has
Garcia
reached
comes up for
every
the
time.
Air Force
2
Academy.
walks and 5 base hits.
Pitch
Garcia has bounced into a double play. He has reached on an error and scored.
low
he
and
has flied to center
for
field.
ball 1-0 is the count on Gabriel Garcia.
I believe it was
0
Garcia
for
at
3.
the plate,
Reached on an error today.
and it was his fly ball to
His
center field that I believe
batting average
resulted
last season was
in the,
305.
injury to DiGiacomo.
Pitch low in the dirt, so it's going to bring up 2-0.
In fact, it had to be Ben because there's been only 1 put out by the center fielder for LSU today. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 on.
2 balls, no strikes. 2 on,
Air Force by
2
1.
outs. Pitch coming up,
Looking for its first victory.
fouled off. So it's
In this, it's
going to
7th
make
game
the count
against
2-1
LSU.
for Garcia.
Air Force has been on their game today. You know, I really think the starting pitcher deserves all the credit in the world. John Burns kind of set the tone and really kept LSU in check and gave his offense an opportunity. Now LSU's got the 3 errors and 3
Pitch coming
unearned
up.
runs, but still they come up with some
Fouled
big
off
base hits,
again.
and they've
So
got those
evens
extra
the count.
opportunities.
And the fact that the Tigers have
2 balls and 2
only 4
strikes.
hits means that they have not had a lot of opportunities. And they are not receiving walks with the great frequency they did yesterday. The 2-2 pitch.
2-2 pitch coming up for Gabriel Garcia. Fouled off. So we will do it again. 2-2.
I like what you see from Blake Money. Just a freshman, 6'7", 240 pounds. Fastball up to 93 so far. Pretty good breaking ball. Use these valuable games. You know, if you're Alan Dunn, you want to try to start to develop these freshman pitchers because these are the guys. Very likely LSU loses its entire weekend rotation due to the draft upcoming. So you think Labus is probably gone, Hill and Marceau. So you got to start developing guys in some situations for next year.
Yeah. Pitch is going to be it's
3
going to
balls,
be
2
3-2
strikes, 2 outs.
for Gabriel Garcia.
Singham and Colburn will be on the move.
So Singham and Colburn will be on the move. Second and third. Hit second and first. Excuse me. Foul ball.
We will do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Once again, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Corbin, Clinton Singham are at first and second.
This is the 8th pitch from Money to Garcia.
Something else Air Force has done better too. They punched out 14 times yesterday against LSU pitching, only 5 strikeouts.
Pitch coming up.
So able to find the barrel a little bit more.
Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. White Money gets the strikeout. The inning is over.
On strikes.
So in the inning, let's give you that play-by-play update. In the inning for Air Force, no runs, 1 hit, 2 left on base, no errors. Your score is 3-2 Air Force. Your batting order for LSU, we'll give you the batting orders. I'm going to show it on the screen. It will be Belenko coming up here in the bottom of the 7th. Once again, your score is 3-2. Here on YouTube and Twitter, we are live. Once again, game audio only, no video, because we once again we don't want to get tied up in regulations with YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So we don't want that to happen. So we will play game audio, and we'll also mute the sound during the broadcast. During the commercial break, due to copyrighted music that's playing and commercials, we don't want to bore you to death with that. So, if you have a comment about LSU baseball, you can post your comments via YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Screens. Let's get back to the action. Come on.
In the 6th inning in relief, is back on to work against the
Pitch
Tigers
coming
in
up.
the 7th for Air Force.
That's going to be 1-1.
It's
for,
been an interesting
Bianco.
day for Bianco. He started at shortstop for the first time in his collegiate career. And then he was moved to center field for the first time.
That is going to be 2-1 for Bianco.
Giovanni DiGiacomo, while making a catch, appeared to pull a hamstring.
Pitch. So it's going to be a strike.
Rob Martin has a nice,
2-2.
easy motion, doesn't he, Ben? He gets that ball there. He's sneaky fast.
It's a live arm that's got some whip to it. But again, watch where he throws his fastball. Where have we seen him throw almost every fastball in? Right out there.
Swing and a miss.
Away. So if you're LSU hitters, you're paying attention. But he's
That's
faced
going
4
to be a
batters.
strikeout for
He's got 4 punch-outs.
Bianco. Milazzo comes up.
Tigers have struck out today. Here's Milazzo, who is 0 for 2.
So Alex Milazzo comes up.
Maybe the next pitcher for LSU. He's warming up.
In there for ball 1-0 is your count.
1-0 on Milazzo.
Pitch.
Two
So it's going to be 2-0 is your count.
Ben, it's kind of interesting the pictures.
So Milazzo over 2 today.
Headshots that Air Force Academy has
Not a good
provided
batting
to LSU
day for
released
him.
on the scoreboard. They are not in baseball.
Gonna be,
uniform.
strike,
They are in full dress uniform.
1-2-1 is your
I
count.
like it. Nice and neat.
There's Rob Martin's dress uniform picture.
Yep.
By the way, they had
It's gonna
12
be,
minutes and
2-2.
42 seconds to get dressed and take their picture and get back.
And not one was late.
No.
Nope. Because they strict. Air Force, I'm going to tell
2-2
you.
to Milazzo.
They got to follow their rules and regulations. Pitch. going to be fouled off by Milazzo.
Graduates of the academy are commissioned as a second lieutenant and expected to serve at least 5 years of active duty.
Pitch.
Milazzo just got a little piece of
So
that.
he just almost had a good piece of it for Milazzo.
By the way, Paul Skeens, who was warming up between innings, is back at catcher. So you go down and you throw from the bullpen for a while, and then your number is not called to be a reliever, so you go back in and catch.
Pitch. Strike 3 call.
Called. Third strike. That's 5 in a row.
5
Struck out
strikeouts
by
for
Rob Martin.
Rob Martin. I'm gonna tell you, this young man is just absolutely putting that ball in the strike zone.
Outside part of the plate. I mean, just dotting eyes out there is Rob Martin.
And quite honestly,
He didn't have the warmth, Rob Martin for Air Force.
But they've been
So we're showing it on the screen. Rob Martin, 5 strikeouts. Dylan Cruz comes up here at the bottom of the 7th, 2 outs.
Well,
That
it's
is
not
going to be
impossible
low
if
in
you make
third.
adjustments. It's impossible
1-0.
to get in your normal spot. But again, as a hitter and a ball player, I'm paying attention to every pitch. that
Darren,
pitcher throws, and I'm paying attention
Cruz
to
coming
where
up,
the
1
pitches
for
are
3
located.
today.
And from what I've seen,
And that
up
is
here,
going to be
every
low
fastball
again.
that Rob Martin
To
has thrown
0 is the
has
count.
been away. So as a hitter, I got to make the adjustment, right? I got to adjust it. The umpire's going to call that pitch. I can't sit there and look at it and go back to the dugout. I have to make an adjustment and attempt to put a ball in play.
Pitch coming up. Strike.
On the inside.
So 1-2 is the count.
Certainly caught a legitimate piece of the plate.
Yep, in a different spot. I don't know if it was on purpose, but he got Dugas, DeGiacomo, and Will Helm.
Pitch coming
on the
up.
outside part of the plate to start it off.
That's going to bring the count 3-1.
You got Milazzo and Drew Bianco on the outside part of the plate too.
He has faced 5 batters. He has fanned all of them. Cruz with a count of 3-1.
Cruz pitching coming up. That's going to be ball
And he is
4.
aboard. LSU.
So runner goes to first. That is going to be
Morgan was hit by a pitch with 2 outs.
Cruz.
In the 5th.
Doherty
See if
comes up.
Cruz is put in motion, Ben.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. Cade Doty can handle the bat.
So
as
Cade
well as
Doty
anybody
comes up.
on that LSU does not strike out very often at all.
He is 0 for 3 today. A pop up to the second baseman, a fielder's choice, and a run scored. And a ground out to third.
He also has the kind of potential to get a ball in the ballpark.
Pitch.
Find a gap at 1-2.
Swing and a
Late on
miss.
that swing.
Strike 1. 0-1 is the count.
Score from first base.
So Cade Doherty 0 for 3 today.
Morgan is
Last
on
year's
deck.
batting average 278, 2 home runs, 12
2
RBIs.
outs, a runner at first.
Pitch coming up. That's going to be outside the strike zone,
I
1-1.
believe if I were making the decision, I think I would send Cruz. The odds of him scoring on 2 base hits are
Well, it's a good move because Doty can lead
Pitch.
off. He was lead-off hitter a lot last year for LSU.
Fly ball.
out to right field.
right
This
field.
goes. The ball is dying, but it is caught.
It's going to be caught.
Gabriel
So it brings
Garcia.
up
For a moment, it looked like
So the inning is
Garcia
over.
may be tracking it down, but he got
inning is over. Let's give you the top of the 7 plays because the inning is over. So let's pull up the top of the 7 inning plays. Okay, LSU in the bottom of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. Bianco struck out. Milazzo struck out. Cruz walked, and Doherty flied out. So in the bottom of the 7th. So once again, your score is 3-2. Air Force on top. Gambale comes up for Trent Bentmeyer will be the pitcher. So Trent Bentmeyer will be the pitcher. We'll give you Bentmeyer's numbers. Once again, Bentmeyer. So it's inning. He had so this is his start right here for Trent Bentmeyer. So we're waiting for the fees to return. Here in the top of the 8th, it is 3-2 Air Force. So we'll wait for the ESPN SEC Network Plus feed to return. So we'll switch it back in. You won't miss a play. So we'll be, once again, we have to mute the sound due to the commercials and also the music playing in the commercials. Back to game action.
3-2, Air Force has a lead, and we'll try to get some more in the 8th inning. LSU sends Trent
Bentmeyer 1-0,
senior.
3.38 ERA,
Appeared in 4 games a year ago.
5 in the
He had
third
one
innings,
decision, that
3
was in the
strikeouts,
win
2
column.
walks for Trent Bentmeyer.
0.38 ERA, 5 1/3 innings of work.
So he has 4 appearances.
3 strikeouts and 2 bases on balls.
Okay, Gambale comes up.
Good fastball, good four-seam fastball. He'll sink it occasionally too. Breaking ball and a really good changeup he showed his first year on campus here at LSU.
First pitch for Bentmeyer.
A 6'3", 207-pound senior
High and away.
from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
1-0. Christian Bali comes in 0 for 2. He had an RBI single and a sac bunt. Swing and a miss. So the evens the count 1-1. 87-mile-an-hour fastball coming in from Bentmeyer. So the pitch coming up.
The 1-1 pitch.
Swing and a miss.
Gambale is make it 1 for 2 of the sacrificed bunt. Make it 0 for 2.
So look like he's calling time. So
He was originally
he's
given
back
a
in the
base
batter's
hit,
box.
and the ruling was changed
Gambale.
to an error. So he's 0 for 2.
1-2 pitch coming up.
And
From Trent Bentmeyer.
1-2.
Swing and a miss. So Gambale goes down on strikes here in the top of the 8th, 1 out. So nice little fastball by Trent Bentmeyer. He just put it right in the outside corner. So Alderford comes up here in the top of the 8th. Pitch coming up.
Trent
Going to be fouled off.
Bentmeyer.
0-1. So 1 for 3 for Alderford coming in today. Ground out all RBI. Pitch coming up.
He works from the stretch without base runners.
Low in the dirt. 1-1.
Firefighter?
No. Working from the stretch without base runners.
No. I always like
He
the rhythm
thought it was
of the windup.
working for the fire department. Serious Ben McDonald. Just crazy. Pitch coming up. Swing and a miss.
Never enticed to become
So
a
it's going to be
firefighter.
1-2 for
It's really cool, and I respect those guys that do that a ton, but no, it never really crossed my mind.
Well, if you're a reliever, being a firefighter
pitch coming up.
is a nice match, isn't it?
Swing and a miss. And goes down on strikes.
Right now.
So next batter is going to be Bub.
Some fires with back-to-back punch-outs. First one on a breaking ball. This was another breaking ball. Like it just kind of up in the zone a little bit, but it misses the bat for the second out here in the top of the 8th inning.
That's a good miss up right there. That one was not up-hittable. That was up almost unhittable.
And as a pitcher, that's
So
almost
it's going to be
Pub
Pub coming up. Bentmeyer winds and delivers in there for ball 1. 1-0 is your count. 86-mile-an-hour fastball coming in from Bentmeyer. Alexander Pub comes up, reads on the error. He's the shortstop. Pitch coming up. That's going to be high and low. That's going to be away from the strike zone.
2-0.
2-0.
4 hits and 3 errors for LSU. Alexander Pup is nothing out of 3.
Pitch coming up. It's going to be fouled off. So it brings the count 2-1.
One thing Bittmeyer has, I
So
believe
Bittmeyer and
that
Pup.
leather string hanging off his glove. I think that's the longest one on the staff, Dan. If I'm not mistaken, you used to have a lot of leather hanging.
So
from your
2-1
glove.
is actually
The
3-2
leather
on the
gets
screen.
longer, you start to break in your glove, and you keep tightening it up a little bit, and the leather.
And a pitch coming
the
up.
longer the string does.
That's going to make it 3-1. So 3-1 on the count for Pub.
Look at the string hanging down, that leather. I mean, you could rope a calf with that.
Okay, pitch coming up.
You could rope it, but you could sure tie him up.
It's going to be fouled off.
Were you a header or a heeler?
Neither.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I've been to some rodeos, and that's really cool.
Okay, once again,
My brother-in-law rode bulls and saddle bronc. I asked him, I said, what would make you want to get on a 2,000-pound animal with horns? He said, the business is
okay, Alfred strikes out. Pub,
I'll take
next pitch coming up. Fly ball to
This could be trouble. Zach
left
Arnold,
field, and
Zach
it's going to be
Quickly
caught.
is there for the out.
And the inning is over.
Bittmeyer faces.
So the inning is over. Was giving the numbers: no runs, no hits, no errors, no man left on base, 2 strikeouts and 1 fly out. Here in the top of the 8th, we're going to the bottom of the 8th. Your score is still 3-2. Air Force leads. So we'll give you a college baseball update. I'm going to give you some college baseball scores in just a second. Let me get my screens up, and I'll put those in. So I got to pull these numbers. Okay, college baseball scores going on across the country. We'll go over to the Southland Conference. So we'll go to the Southland Conference and give you an update on Southland Conference baseball going on in actions today. See if I can get this. I don't know why I can't switch it. Come on, we got to switch it. I'm going to go over to the Southland Conference quickly. So you'll switch it. You'll see it switch out. Okay, once again, final score, first game, UNO loses 4-3. Rice wins 3-2. Alabama winning 3-1. Southeastern in the bottom of the 4th, up 11-0. Northwestern State down 1-0 against Southern Miss. Also, Nichols on top 2-1. Corpus Christi, no score. Abilene Christian, no score. So we will switch back over to the game broadcast again, so you can hear the game. So we're waiting for the feed to return. Come on. Things buffering. I don't know why in the heck is it. Come on! Shit. This thing is driving me nuts. Okay, let me reload this video. This video is kind of buffering. Sorry about that, folks. We'll get you game order in just a second. Let me fix this. Once again, it is 3-2, bottom of the 8th. Waiting for the feed to return. So I'm going to put the game feed on the LSU Sports Radio Network. So let me do that. Let me switch this in. I apologize for everything that's going on. I'm trying to get the feeds to return. I'm sorry about that. So we get this switched in. Come on. Come on, ESPN, damn it. Sorry about that, folks. I'm very upset right now with this ESPN. Hopefully we get it back in a second. I don't know why is it not letting me. So once again, we're having a little problem with the stream. It's kind of buffery and stuff like that. So we will fix the problem. We'll make sure the problem will not happen again. I apologize for that to all the people on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we are having some issues. I'm trying to get the broadcast back on the air. Give me just a second to get it back on the air. I'm trying to get everything. I can't get this fucking stream. Come on. What's coming in? We're having some issues. Come on, fucking commercials. Shit. Turn the mics off. On.
Can't see. Maybe number 9, Ty Floyd.
Okay, once again, we apologize. It's going to be a foul.
Off the bat of Beloso, and then catches him on the inside leg and ankle as he bounces around trying to shake that one off. It'll send Morgan back to first, and Coach Maneri coming out just to make sure Cade's okay. You are correct. Down in the bullpen, it's Ty Floyd, freshman out of Rockmart, Georgia, loosening up. Looks like he's preparing to come in replace of Vidmeyer.
Fixed up.
Of course, Landon Marceau started the game, pitched well as expected.
There it is. Once again, we apologize. We're having a little technical issues, so please bear with us. We're getting the stream back up, and the stream is up.
Excellent.
3-2 is your score.
Coach Maneri telling us before today, much expected to be like yesterday. Jaden Hill got the start, went to Edwards, Beck, Brady, George, and then brought Fontenot in to close the door. Beloso appears to be okay. Steps back in from the left side. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. They got Trey Morgan down at first, aboard on a leadoff walk.
So runners at first and second before our low.
This is high and outside. Beloso earns the base on ball.
So it's going to be a walk for Beloso. First and second.
To visit shortly to the mound for Air Force.
So first and second.
And now, eventually, Ryan Forrest, the pitching coach, going to call for time and head out there and visit
Beloso.
To see if he brings the hook. Looked like Buzzy, at least one of the 2 are ready to go. One is slowed down. One's still working fairly hard, but kind of a slow trip out there by the pitching coach. And right now, he's going to talk it over with his relief pitcher, Rob Martin. Gives me a chance to remind you, fans, every baseball season, platter up at Acme Oyster House, authentic New Orleans seafood with a serious side of fun. Acme Oyster House, where baseball's more fun with seafood. And a reminder, EFCU Financial, they're offering great rates on home loans, home equity lines.
Okay, bottom of the
loans and much more.
Beloso walked and Morgan walked, so that's a recap. Morgan walked and Beloso walked, so that's reason why they're at first and second. So we're waiting for the fees to return.
First and second, nobody out. Tigers threatening here. 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Safford comes up. So Will Safford comes up.
Going to call upon Will Safford, freshman out of right here in Baton Rouge. Played just across the left field fence at U-High.
I wouldn't be surprised they're thinking the bunt will probably be on.
He'll step into bat in place of Gavin Dugas.
So Gavin Dugas.
Runners first and second. Morgan takes a lead off second. Beloso likewise at first. Martin taking some time. Air Force.
So strike one for Safford,
the third baseman.
0-1 is the count.
20 feet from home plate. Now time called. Ball schemes the catcher. Giving the signs to the Air Force infield here. Making sure everybody's on the same page. Safford going to possibly try to apply some pressure on the infield. Morgan again takes his lead off second.
So Morgan
Beloso
taking
off
lead
the
off the
first,
second.
pitch, bunt
Beloso
down
at
the
first.
base
Bunt it down the
line,
first
and it
base
will
line.
just roll foul.
Will be foul.
Came popping off the bat of Safford. Looked good off the initial hit, but
Right.
just kind of twirled its way foul down the first base
Well,
line.
So that brings up 1-1.
really run. He was a two-sport sport athlete
Safford.
in high school. Played some defensive back on the University High football team. So if he just gets it down in a sacrifice attempt, he's liable to even beat it out because he can get down the base pass.
0-1 the count.
1-1 is the count. I know it's 0-1.
Air Force again. Infield on the corners, on the infield grass. Both Coliseum and Blacksburg. And the pitch thrown by Martin way outside.
Way outside.
Gets away from Skeens. Throws it all the way into the backstop.
So it's going to be a wild
Second
pitch
to
coming in.
third.
Second and third for
We'll see what Coach
LSU.
Maneri decides to do now after that gift from the relief pitcher for Air Force. It's a 1-1 count to
So
Safford,
1-1 count
who
for
was trying to let
Salford.
down a bunt. Martin helped the Tigers out by advancing the runners on a wild pitch.
Well, it's nice when it works out, and you don't even have to give up the out. Now all you have to do is look early in the count and maybe lift something out to the outfield or try to drive something through the infield. Easier said than done, but you want to work early right here. Already a 1-1 count. Don't let it get to two strikes where pitcher can make a good pitch.
2-1 is the count. So we're
maybe
waiting on the
make a call that's not so
audio
favorable
feed
for the
once
Tigers.
again behind,
Well, for
but
those
we
who are
are
listening today, we can only guesstimate what Coach Maneri told Will Safford, but I can tell you this: after the wild pitch, Coach
Now
came
it's
out of the
even at
dugout
2.
to make sure Will got the message.
strike 2.
So we'll see what the order is. 1 ball, 1 strike to Safford. Runners second and third. Morgan at third. Beloso at second base with nobody out. Looks to be swinging away, but the pitch is high to make it ball 2.
So it's
Yeah,
going to
right
be
here, the rules for base runner with nobody out, Morgan down at third base. You don't want to run into the first
now
out
it's
at
3-2,
home plate, so you got to see this ball through
Stratford.
the infield, protect the ball, make sure it gets through.
Martin's delivery, the 2-1, swing and a miss by Safford, who dropped down to a knee.
So it's going to be a swing and
And
miss.
it's 2-2.
2-2 coming in.
Safford, 5'8", 165 pound freshman. Again, we said from University High right here in Baton Rouge.
2-2 pitch.
2-2 pitch.
Outside will fill it up. 3 balls, 2
So
strikes.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a good eye by Safford. That one kind of broke outside and a little high. And was able to not chase it. See what he has here. Full count. Martin. The pitch. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Again, elevated. Just got a piece of it. Skeens holds on. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Runners remain second and third. We'll see Zach Arnold, who had the 2-run blast
So
in
Zach
the 8th
Arnold
inning yesterday.
comes up at the
Came into play shortstop after the injury to Gio DiGiacomo. This will be his second at bat. He came in the top of the 6th inning defensively. Caught looking in the 6th inning, his first time up. Runners with the lead, second and third. Smash!
right base hit.
It'll come in to score.
1 run will come in. It is now 4-3 LSU.
Delivers a 2 RBI single, and the Tigers take the lead. It's 4-3 LSU.
So 4-3 is your score.
Right on cue, Zach Arnold.
So Zach
that's
Arnold
what-
gets a base hit.
Paul Maneri, that was his message to the team
So,
yesterday with guys in scoring position. We've gotta get
Zach
those
Arnold
guys
gets
in.
a
What I
base
really
hit,
liked
brings
about
in
Arnold
2 runs.
He kind of took the advice
Makes
I
it
said on the
4-3
last series.
LSU
You gotta
on
work
top.
early with guys in scoring position. You don't want it to get to 2 strikes where a lot of bad things can happen from a hitting standpoint. Worked early, just tried to drive the ball through the infield, stayed on top of one, and drove both runs
So
in.
Thompson comes up.
on a big
Martinez comes up.
two
for,
RBI hit by Zach Arnold.
Air
Again,
Force,
at the
he'll
bottom
be
of
the new
8th inning,
pitcher.
much like yesterday.
Ryan Forrest, the pitching coach, now making a quicker trot out to the mound, and the hook is with him. They'll make the change. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Tigers take the lead 4-3 here at the bottom of the 8th. We'll tell you about the new Falcons pitcher when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Okay, once again, at a commercial break, LSU on top 4-3 after Arnold had a 2-run single. So it's now 4-3. Tigers. So they are changing to Martin Martinez. Martinez is going to be the new pitcher. So we'll wait for the
SunEquip.com.
So we wait for the broadcast to come back. We can't get the ESPN broadcast. It's unfortunately it's starting to a buffer and stuff like that. So apologize for that. We have the LSU Sports Radio Network. You'll hear every call. We apologize. So once again, one runner at first and one out. So we're waiting for the return LSU Sports Network to return to the game.
Credit approval, terms and conditions.
So we're waiting for the feed to return. So,
but J&J Exterminating is ready to tackle them on their own.
Once again, still commercial break. 4-3 is your score. We're waiting on the feeds to return. I know it's a little bit of problems, but we have to do what we have to do. We cannot show any video feeds due to copyrights. That is something we cannot do. So we'll wait for the feed to return. So let's give you the scoring summary. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 runner on base, no errors. So Martinez will come in for Martin. So we'll give you the we'll return to the LSU game feed.
To left field, scoring Morgan and Beloso. And now new pitcher checking in, Joe Martinez, the third for Air Force. There's 1 away. Arnold down at first. And we'll see Jordan Thompson again for the second time at the plate. Strikeout picked him back in the 6th. First pitch. Little slow bouncer, but it will roll foul.
0-1 is your count.
Kind of a swinging bunt that time. And it will be 0-1. Again, Thompson brought in, trying to get some offense going for LSU. They led early, 2-0. At the end of 3, Air Force would tie it in the top of the 4th inning. And the Falcons got the lead in the top of the 6th to make it 3-2. LSU had been empty over the last 4 innings until the bottom of the 8th. Got the base runners aboard, and buzzing most importantly, Zach Arnold.
So 1-2 is your count on Thompson.
Delivered the clutch hitting. Thompson went around on a pitch.
So 1-2 is your count.
It's 0-2.
And Martinez, as you said,
So 1-2 is your count now.
For Air Force, and left-handed
It's actually 0-2, but it's 1-2.
Making his second appearance of the weekend, he threw a third of an inning yesterday, walked a guy, and struck out a batter. He's not an overpowering guy. He's 80-84 with the fastball. A lot of off-speed pitches.
The 0-2 sails outside for
So it's
Martinez.
gonna be 1-2.
1-2 to Thompson. Thompson coming in at third base defensively for Will Helmers, who started the game but struggled in the field today. 1-2 the count.
1-2 coming in.
Arnold with the leadoff first in the pitch.
And
swinging
a miss.
Handcuffed inside and low, and Thompson couldn't stay away.
So
There's
Thompson
2
will
gone
go down on
the
strikes.
Again, we have number 9, Ty Floyd, down.
So
in the
Bianco
LSU
comes
bullpen.
up.
This is a situation where we normally see Devin Fontenot in there getting low. Fontenot threw yesterday, threw an inning.
So 1 strikeout for
Which one's got a lot of
Martinez
different guys in today.
in this top bottom of the 8th.
Drew Bianco at the plate. First
Drew
pitch to
Bianco
Bianco.
and pitcher. It's going to
Missing
be
at the belt. 1-0.
1-0 is the count.
Drew today picked up an RBI and a ground ball in the 2nd. But strikeout victim the last 2 times up. Caught looking in the 4th. Struck out swinging in the 7th inning. 2-0 after this
2-0
one
is the
missing for
count.
Martinez. The pitch popped up off the end of
Popped
the
up.
bat to center field.
Center
Coven
field, and
coming
the
over.
catch is going to be
Garcia
caught.
joining him, but Coven makes the call
So
and
Culver
the catch.
makes the catch and
In center
ends the
field
inning.
for out number 3. However, the Tigers able to get 2 runs on the board.
Okay, once again, we end the bottom of the 8th. Your score is 4-3. LSU 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. Bianco did fly out. Thompson struck out swinging in the bottom of the 8th. Your score is 4-3. Once again, after today's game, we will have UNO baseball. So we will also will be doing UNO and 7, the last game of the series. So let's give you a scoreboard update before we head back to baseball action. So I'm going to go ahead and give you that scoreboard update. Okay, once again, scoreboard update. 7 wins the game 4-3. Also, Houston Baptist tied up at 3, bottom of the 6th. Alabama is down 4-3 against McNeese. Southeastern on top 12-0. That's in the bottom of the 5th. We'll give you an update on those games. Also, Southern Miss on top 3-0 against Northwestern State. Nichols on top 2-1. Tarleton down 1-0. Corpus Christi on top 1-0. So the game will be at 2:30 Central for UNO. Also, Northwestern State and will return to the LSU Sports Network broadcast. Your score is 4-3 LSU. So I'm going to hit the buttons.
Sports Radio Network.
Fans, don't forget you can earn an LSU degree from anywhere through LSU Online. Experience world-class customer service, academic rigor, and affordable online learning options. Learn more at online.lsu.edu.
So we're waiting on the music to kill.
Possible. Our Lady of the Lake. I'd like to thank the community.
Skimmer comes up in the top of the 9th.
Working on the front line. Our Lady of the Lake, the official healthcare provider of LSU athletics. Falcons find themselves down by a run here, 4-3. Tigers once again go to the bullpen. It'll be Ty Floyd.
Ty Floyd coming in
for Coach Paul Maneri here in the top of the 9th inning. Facing off against the catcher, Skeens,
and that is going to be in there for
93, swing and a miss, and it's 0-1.
0-1 is count
94
for
Skeens
Skeens
from Rockmart, Georgia, ranked as the #1 right-handed pitcher in the state of Georgia, coming out of high school.
The 0-1,
and it's going to be
ball strike.
0-2. So 0-2
to
the count.
A low to mid 90s fastball, so he's got a lot of life in that arm. They're very high on this kid.
Skeens awaits the 0-2. Fastball just misses at the
Fastball just misses at the numbers. So it's going to be 1-2 as you count.
More buzzy on that one to stay
against
away. Nice
Skeens
with an 0-2 count.
He might have not saw it. So that might have been the key there. But that
May have been his blessing.
That ball had a little life on it at 94 coming in there.
94 mile an hour fastball.
Here's the 1-2. Called
strike three.
Skeens down on strike.
Skeens goes down.
2 to go here in the top.
Now Blackford comes up here in the top of the 9th. LSU on top 4-3.
Looking good.
So Ty Floyd gets 1 strikeout in the
anything that's coming right
here
at
in the top of the 9th.
After fastball, and Skeens just couldn't pull the trigger.
Blatchford to the plate.
So Blatchford comes up.
1 for 3 on the afternoon. Floyd deals. They'll peel down to first, and they'll say that Blatchford held back on a pitch high.
So he held back.
1 ball, no strikes.
So 1 ball, no strikes.
Out of Rockmart, Georgia, Ty Floyd. 3-year letterman in basketball as well at Rockmart High School. The 1-0
pitch is going to be Mrs. High. 2 balls, no strikes.
You know where Rockmart is?
I have never heard of Rockmart, Georgia. Now, here's the deal. When you get to the Atlanta area, in about a 70-mile radius, there are so many little
See if we can
towns.
hear it.
Could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere. Here's the 2-0s. Missing for ball 3.
So ball
So now a 3-0 count.
3-0 count coming up.
But here's the beauty of modern technology.
It's right at our fingertips, isn't
It's
it?
right there in Polk County, Georgia, Buzzy.
Yeah.
And Polk County after this 3-0 delivery, which is a called strike.
So it's a strike?
Good job by Floyd on a 3-0 count.
So it's now going
And
to be
as I
3-1.
suspected, you're a little north of Atlanta, between Atlanta and Rome, Georgia, which I'm very familiar with, headed towards the Georgia mountains western side as Floyd offers up ball 4.
So it's going to be
and
ball
Blatchford
4-1.
drops down to first with a
Runner
one-out walk.
on base.
If you've ever been
1 out.
head over to Rome, Georgia, Ellaby, start heading towards Chattanooga. Basically, get off
So let's give you,
hang a left, and
A
you'll
quick
find
ninth
rock
inning
farm.
Okay.
breakdown,
There you go.
strikeout by Skeens, Blatchford walk. So
I'll be sure
So
to
it's gonna
stop
be,
in till
runner at
Rockmore
first.
High. You know, we enjoy Floyd.
Yeah, thank you for bringing Ty our way. More action in the bullpen for LSU.
so
Looks like
Tom,
Michael Fowler.
Thompson comes up.
1 out. Ty Floyd on the
Ty
mound.
Ford on the mound.
Thompson at the plate for
Thompson
Air
at
Force.
plate.
One man on. Trailing by a run. Floyd comes back after giving up the walk and a called strike
So it's a strike.
to Thompson,
So it's even at 1.
and it's 0-1.
They're 0-1, excuse me.
Yeah,
0-1.
steady dose of fastballs right
I
now
know
by
the
Floyd.
game cast is a little faster, but it's 0-1.
Wind has been constant here today. It's never stopped. Flags fully unfurled, blowing right to left towards the scoreboard. Here's the 0-1. Got away from Floyd, missing outside
so it's
low.
good,
1 ball and 1
1 ball,
strike.
1
Yeah, the
strike.
sun's never poked out, but I got to tell you, Chris, I'm warmer today than I was yesterday. Don't know why, just couldn't warm up. It was a beautiful day, though. I'm telling
There's
you.
a Doug Thompson joke in there somewhere, but I'll leave it alone. 1 out, runner at first.
Runner at first.
The 1-1. Fastball again, trying to catch that outside corner, but missing according to Christopher
So
Simmons.
it's a miss.
Pleasing Tiger fans. But it's now 2-1. The
So
count
2-1
to Thompson.
is the count.
Thompson
The
came in
pitch on the
yesterday,
out.
was
It
0
was
for
it was a pretty good pitch, but it did miss.
It's a 2-1. Again, missing outside.
So
Now
missing
making 3
outside,
balls, 1
so 3
strike. I think
balls,
the
1
difference in
strike.
Yesterday and today, I think it's a little warmer today. High was going to top out around 66. Yesterday, if you were in the sunshine, it really felt well.
Right.
But you guys under the overhang here don't get a
Nah,
stitch of sunshine.
nothing.
Not even a reflection of sunshine.
Mhm.
Runner at first, the 3-1. Again, just missed the outside corner.
Just missed the
Simon
outside
squeezing
corner.
the Tiger
Okay, an
pitcher
update
here.
on the
He thought
Pelicans
he had
game.
3
11-5
good pitches
is,
out there, all resulting in
The
balls,
score
and now
in
Allen
the
Duncan
first
will
quarter,
take some time to
8:31
come out.
remaining in the first quarter.
Visit
Pelicans
with
on
Ty
top.
Floyd, who started out with a great strikeout to get things going here in the top of the 9th inning, 1 away, but now Air Force suddenly has 2 runners aboard after both Thompson and Blatchford walked here in the top of the 9th.
Let's see if I can switch it.
Hargrove EPC fans, your full-service engineering, project management, and technical services firm that garnered a reputation for delivering unparalleled service. So before your next project, visit hargrove-epc.com. Learn why they're the right people in the right place at the right time. And the sporty 2021 Toyota Camry speaks for itself. Don't forget the RAV4 is perfect for any adventure as well. So hurry into your local Toyota dealer or visit buyatoyota.com today. Coach Dunn finished. Ty Floyd remains on the mound here. Runners first and second. 1
First and
out.
second, 1 out.
And the first baseman to the plate, Sam Colasingham, on the day is 0 for 3. Caught looking in the 3rd, ground out in the 5th. Got a board on a fielder's choice back in the 7th inning. Left stranded at second base. Open stance for the left-handed hitter. Front foot pointed right towards the first base bag. And the first pitch from Floyd. Allen
And it's gonna
settles
be,
him down, and called strike for the fastball.
So it's a call
1-1.
strike.
Yeah, it took a little bit off
0-1.
than it did Floyd at 89 mile an hour, but got it over the plate and got ahead of Colasingham.
Colasingham comes up.
Those last 2 walks right there by Floyd, only the 3rd walks of the day for LSU pitching staff. Not a great time to do it, but throwing a lot of strikes this weekend.
The 0-1 delivery.
0-1 delivery.
Nicely low and in.
So it's low and in.
Colasingham sliding out of the way. Another fastball, and it's 1 ball and 1
So
strike.
1 ball, 1
Blatchford down
strike.
at second. He
So it's,
represents the tying run.
Quickly,
Thompson at
fast.
first base obviously represents the go-ahead run here in the top of the 9th. 4-3 LSU holding on. Both teams with 5 hits on the day.
So 5 even on hits.
Ty Floyd.
Pitch coming
The
up.
1-1. Foul tip.
So it's
off
gonna be
the
a
bat of
foul
Coliseum.
tip.
Came off the right foot of home plate umpire Christopher Simons, who shakes it off. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Floyd gets ahead in the count. Critical opportunity. You look at a guy like Ty Floyd, coming from the state of Georgia. Freshman, obviously a great high school career, Buzzy, but early in the season, tight ball game. Coach hands you the ball. You got a 1-run lead. Go out there and get it done, young man.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit different than fall inter squad with purple and gold World Series with maybe steak and hot dogs on the line. This is the real deal.
Runners take their lead, first and second.
First and second.
Coliseum at the plate. Behind in the count, 1 and 2. Floyd rears back, delivers, ground ball towards short.
All right,
Diving
it's going to
forward
be
is
a
Arnold.
diamond
Knocks
catch.
it down, but can't glove it.
Nope.
Picks it up quickly, and runners will stay halted, but the base is now loaded on an
So the base is
infield
all
single.
loaded on infield
We
single.
believe off Coliseum. I'm not sure.
That pitch is going to
Zach
be
Arnold could do much more than he did. Credit him
in
for
there
knocking
for a
it down.
base hit, so the
Otherwise,
runners,
it's going to be easy for Blatchford to come in and tie the game.
Yeah, right there. As you said, Chris, got to give credit to Arnold. I thought he was actually
so
gonna
base is
make
all
the play.
loaded here at the top
He
of the
was able to at
ninth,
least
1
knock it
out.
down and give LSU a chance, and Todd Floyd here to possibly still get out of this inning and save the game.
So again, Arnold knocking down the ground ball, was able to hop up, get to it quickly. Otherwise, that one finds its way into left field.
Yes.
We got a tie ball game.
Colby
here.
comes
Air Force
up.
calling time. They'll bring in Blatchford, Thompson, and Coliseum. This coach.
So it looks like they will go off
meet
the
with him
field.
down the third base
So it's,
line. Mike Kozlowski,
the,
again,
once
former
that's,
player for
the
Coach
base is
Maneri
loaded.
at Air Force.
You see the pitching coach go out a lot of times, and or the head coach, they'll bring the infield in. That's a lot of times you'll see defensive timeouts. You don't ever see a whole lot of offensive timeouts where they bring the whole team together, the hitters and the base runners. But Coach Kozlowski did it right there.
Coach Maneri waits for that meeting to wrap up, and now he'll
So
come
let's
out
hope
and he'll
that
make the
meeting
change.
is
He's gonna
kind of
go to the
still going
bullpen
on.
here. So the Tigers make a
So
pitching
base is
change
all
powered
loaded.
by Sunshine.
1
I'll
out.
tell you about the new Tiger pitcher. We can't tell you there's 1 out in the top of the ninth. LSU leading 4-3. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer here in Louisiana.
That's
Back
gonna
in
be a
moment
pitching
on the
change.
LSU Sports Radio Network.
Now it's going to be George coming in. So we'll switch this out.
Leading by 1.
Okay, once again, the SEC Network back on the air. So apologize for the disconnections on the SEC Network. Your score is still 4-3. Pitch and change. George coming in for LSU with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Once again, your score is 4-3. Let's give you an update on the plays for Air Force. Once again, Klinga-Singham has a single. Thompson walked. Blatchford walked. Also, Schemes just struck out swinging. So 1 hit given up. They have 3 runners on base. So it's bases loaded here at the top of the ninth. The score is 4-3. Right after this game, we'll have UNO and Southern. We'll join them in progress. UNO and Southern. So we're waiting for the ESPN Plus feed to return. They should be up in a second after these commercial breaks. Okay, Aaron George comes in. 5.14 ERA, 7 innings of work. He has 11 strikeouts, 3 walks, 7 appearances, no saves.
7 appearances last year, no record, and an earned run average in the low 5s. 7 innings of work, 11 strikeouts. That's one of the reasons he's out here now, Ben, to try to leave somebody at the plate.
Well, 5th-year senior, brings some experience.
So Colby
Junior
comes
college
up.
ball. 2 years at San Jac in Texas, and LSU.
Well, if he's able to retire Coben, it will be for the first time in this series. Coben is 3 for 3 today with a walk.
Well, yeah, if you're Air Force, you're exactly where you want to be. You got your best, hottest hitter at the
Pitch
plate.
coming up.
Coben was 2 for 2 with a
In there
walk
for
yesterday.
ball one.
Aaron George's pitch yesterday.
1-0
was
is
that
the
slider. He
count.
tossed out 2 on his breaking ball, which is his best pitch. The fastball's 88 to 91, but the slider is the difference maker.
Pitch coming
Air
up here.
Force has been successful in its only attempt
That ball is going to be
today in scoring
outside the strike zone.
less than 2 outs, and George has been
2-0.
twice.
2-0.
2 walks in the bottom of the 8th helped LSU's cause, and LSU pitchers have returned the favor here in the top of the 9th.
Pitch.
That's
Strike.
a strike.
So it makes it
Just studying
2-1.
the letters. There's a Falcon at every base.
So Ducks on the pond
1-1
here.
lead in the 9th for the Tigers.
So once again, 2-1 is your count. Pitch coming up. That is going to make it 3-1. So it's going to be 3-1 is your count.
Error now by George.
Pitch. In there for a strike. So it's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
This game, huh? So going with the fastball, 3-2. He's going to land on his best pitch, which is his breaking ball, and try to go for the strikeout.
Pitch coming out for George.
Strike.
And you've got to throw it with confidence. To the belt, to the plate. Way inside.
So it's going to weigh.
And the trouble continues because Air Force has tied the game.
So game tied up at 4.
Well, they went with the
Here in
slider
the
on 3-2,
top of the
but
ninth,
just yanked it a little bit too far inside. That's 3 walks this inning for Tiger pitchers.
LSU only walked.
Yeah,
one yesterday.
George walked 1 pitcher. So that's
Today,
3
wildness
walks
in the
combined
ninth
for Tiger pitchers.
has contributed to trouble. And Coben has been on base every time he's been at the plate in
So
the 2
pitch
games
coming
in this
up
series.
for
The slider misses away.
slider missed away.
Gabriel Garcia has
So
bounced
Garcia
into a
coming
double
up.
play, reached on an error.
1-0 is your
And
count.
struck out.
So 0-4 for Garcia. Pitch coming up. In there
Hits
for
the
strike.
outside edge
So
at
it's
the
going to be
knees.
1-1, even count.
Thompson at third. Kulasingham at second. Coben at first.
Pitch is going to in there for a strike. So 1-2. 1-2 for Garcia.
Which is saying they're going to turn the double play up the middle. The corners are even with the bag, so they'll probably come home.
Gambale comes up after Garcia
Go ahead, run.
to the pitch.
The 1-2 pitch.
Let's
Smothered
see.
by Milazzo.
And nope, still
2 balls,
2-2.
2 strikes. And this is the pitch that Aaron George wants to make happen.
Yeah, 2-2 is a count for pitchers. That's your action count. You only get predictable counts, although Aaron George not afraid to throw his breaking ball behind the
Pitch.
3 balls, 2
So 3
strikes
balls,
again.
2 strikes. That's a
count. If you
3-2
throw
line
2-2,
count.
A lot of times you make the adjustment 3-2. Don't be surprised, even on a 3-2 count, that George comes back with his breaking ball.
Air Force has a chance to take the lead right here.
So ball
And
4.
it does.
2 walks in this
Have not been able to find
in the top of the ninth for George.
Back-to-back walks with the bases loaded. 4 walks in the inning and a base hit, and it all started with a strikeout. Here's Christian Gambale.
Gambale comes up, pitch comes up, and that is going to be
And
low,
George is all over the place right now.
low.
Nobody
in the dirt, 1-0 on
That
Gambale.
was used last night. Devin Fontenot used last night.
Pitch coming up. George will throw it. It's going to be a high fly ball to center field, and looks like it's going to,
And tracked down.
and that's going to be a sac fly RBI.
By Drew Bianco. It's plenty deep for a sacrifice fly.
So sac fly
And Air
for
Force goes up by 2.
Gambale. So 6-4 Air Force on top.
Every base runner tags up and advances. And now a 6-4 lead for Air Force here in the top of the ninth.
Here's Altifor with a couple of Falcons in scoring position. The Falcons have only one hit in the inning, a single, and they have produced 3 runs, courtesy of LSU Wild.
Pitch. In there for ball 1.
On the break,
81-mile-an-hour fastball.
Altifor
coming in.
For 4. With
1
an
for
RBI.
4. He did ground out on an and he had an RBI. And that's going to bring the count 2-0.
Looking ahead to the ninth, Milazzo, Cruz, and Doty.
Okay, Milazzo, Cruz, and Doty will
9-1
bat.
in the order.
So 9-1 and 2.
LSU will be facing at least a 2-run deficit.
Fouled off. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners at
Tigers have
second
been
and
held
third.
to 5 base hits. Air Force has just 1 more.
So pitcher warming up in the LSU bullpen.
That's a strike.
And that's going to be a
pretty good
strike.
breaking
So
ball.
it evens the count 2-2. Pitch coming up. It's going to be
Ben, the back part of this LSU bullpen on paper appears to be very, very strong, but it has faltered here in this game.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, Blake Money was good. Vittmeyer was good. Ty
So,
Floyd, the freshman, comes in a tough situation with 2 walks. And Aaron
warm up,
George has come in.
Guy warming up in the
Having
bullpen
his
for
best start
LSU.
like he had last night.
2 out in the inning. Top of the ninth.
A 2-2 pitch.
2-2 pitch coming up.
With a pair of Falcons aboard.
It's going to be fouled off.
That's fouled off the handle.
Makes it still 2-2.
A pair of walks with the bases loaded and a sacrifice fly.
Pitch coming up for George. Here it is. It's going to be fouled off again.
Altifor just reached
Still
for that and managed
2-2.
to get a
Fouled
tiny
off
piece
again.
of it. This is the 8th pitch in this battle.
So it's 21 pitches for George.
Hit sharply.
Left up
Glove
until
by
on
the
third, and the throw to first
Throw.
in time.
He outmade at first base. Well done by Thompson at one corner and Morgan at the other. But Air Force gets 3 in the inning.
So once again, let's give you those numbers here in the top of the ninth. Okay, Air Force, 3 runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base for Air Force. So they got those 3 runs on some walks. They had 2 in a row by Blatchford, Thompson, and let's see. Also, Garcia walked, and Gambale flied out, and Alterford grounded out in this inning. So once again, your score is 6-4 LSU on top. LSU down. Excuse me. I get it confused. So we will have the game audio back on in just a few moments. LSU, we did have some low technical issues. We got it fixed. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. But these last innings. Okay, once again, we will go over to UNO and Southern. That will be after this broadcast. Once again, 4-3 LSU, 6-4 LSU on top. We're heading to the bottom of the ninth, 6-4. So Skinner's looks like he is going to be coming in. That's the Schemes comes in. He's pitching. So Schemes will take over. So let's return it back to game coverage.
Lead here in the ninth. The scoreboard here is wacky. Then it still shows LSU leading 4-3.
Yeah, it is wacky, but the game cast is showing 6-4. So 6-4 LSU.
Schemes comes in.
So we're not going to give you a wrong score. It's 6-4. And a pitch fouled off. Also, once again, the game cast is a little faster than the game broadcast. So please bear with us. That ball is going to be outside. 2-1 is your count. That's going to be 6-4. It's not 4-3. So 2-1 is your count. Pitch coming up. Fouled off again.
LSU using a pinch hitter here.
That's Safford.
Mitchell Sanford is the pinch
No,
hitter.
Sanford, excuse me. It's your Sanford. Pitch. Swing and a
He goes
miss.
down on strikes, and
So Mitchell
Schemes,
Sanford
in his
strikes
first
out.
appearance as a collegiate pitcher, strikes out the first batter he sees.
Yeah, you get 97, 96, 97. He pulls the string with a changeup, perfectly placed, runs it.
So strikeout for
Mitchell Sanford.
so Mitchell Sanford.
Out here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
The Tigers need base runners. Dylan Cruz.
Pitch. In there for
Trying to make something happen
strike.
when he gets to the plate.
pitch.
This
That's a
one
high
is
fly ball
good.
to left field. Deep and it will go. Goodbye, home run, LSU. Cuts the lead to 6-5.
Into the left center field bleachers, and the Tigers have pulled to within one.
So LSU up by 1-6-5. So nice little home run by Cruz.
Says, you know what? I got something for you that's in the seats out there in left field. Watch this.
He
swing.
just put it
He
out.
finds the barrel just almost a line
To
drive
left
deep
field.
into the stands and left field. LSU gets one back, and now just
All I got to do is continue the this battle round here in this bottom of the
Base
ninth,
in the third, he has homered in the ninth.
and that is going to be
And Doty
ball one for K.
will be
Doty.
looking to get aboard for the first time. He has reached on a fielder's choice.
So 1-0 is the count. K. Doty pitch. It's going to be a foul tip. So it brings up
Doty does not have a base hit on the weekend.
the 1-1 is your count. So they're switching it from 1-0 to 1-1. Pitch coming up. That's going to be low and away. So 2-1. So K. Doty reached on the fielder's choice.
With obviously recent wildness, but some errors early.
It's going to be a ground ball,
This is scorched to the right
and the
side.
throw is going to be in time.
By Gambale.
So it's
That
going to be
ball was hit as
2
hard
outs.
as you can on the infield, but Gambale was there for the play, and there are 2 outs.
So 2 outs, and then
He's
LSU
hitting
down to
hard.
their
Nothing
last
to show
out.
for it as of yet. LSU needs a base run.
Trey Morgan at the plate. He has 2 base hits. He has been hit by a pitch. He has walked. He has scored.
No, I mean, there's a couple things. If LSU can't come back and win this game, right, you start with the errors, right? 3 errors, 3 unearned runs to start it off, and then you get some pitching on the backside that's kind of iffy. And
Yeah,
a lot of free passes and walks, and all of a sudden you give up 6 runs.
Trey
It's
Morgan
been like
come up
grass
LSU's
on
last.
glass on a couple of occasions.
last
in this
hope
game
pitch.
for LSU.
That's going to be in the dirt. So 1-0 is your count.
Air Force meeting LSU for the 7th time.
Swing and a
Looking for
miss.
its first victory.
So
Paul Skeens is impressive. Well, he gave up the home run.
1-1, so it turns to 1-1.
Freshman again. D1 baseball projects this young man here to be the freshman of the year
And did you see that ball
in the Mountain West.
skitter across the plate?
Yeah, it's not a straight fastball. It's high velocity with some movement as
So
well.
calls for time. So Morgan back in the batter's box.
Catch, first base.
Pitch coming up.
The 1-2 pitch. Just a little
It'll
away.
be
At 97 miles an hour.
2-2.
You put wings on that pitch and it leaves the runway.
Pitch. So it makes it
That's a little
3-2.
bit down.
So it's a down pitch.
Trey Morgan has worked the count full.
Swing and a
He's
miss.
swinging.
And that ends the
And
game.
Air Force comes from behind a couple of times to beat the LSU Tigers.
Okay, once again, final score 6-5. LSU loses. Your losing pitcher was Ty Floyd, 0-1. Martinez gets the win. Schemes gets the save. In the inning, LSU had 6 runs, 6 hits. 5 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. Apologize. We had a little issues today. I'm kind of so 5 runs, 6 hits, 3. Also, Air Force had 6 hits, 6 runs, and no errors. So once again, your final score. Scheme gets the win. He has gave up a home run, 2 strikeouts in the inning. So let's give you the LSU bottom of the ninth. Once again, bottom of the ninth, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no man left on base. So Morgan did strike out. Doherty ground out. Cruz hit a home run to left field. Also, Stanford strikes out as well. So final score, LSU loses 6-5. We'll go over to the box scores. We'll give you those numbers real quickly, and then we'll wrap this up. We are going over to UNO baseball, so we'll wrap it up for you. Okay, once again, Cruz went 2 for 4. Doherty 0 for 5. Not a good day for him. Morgan went 2 for 3. Beloso 0 for 2. Dugas 0 for 3. Safford 0 for 1. Giovanni Giacomo before he was hurt 1-2. Arnold 1-2 on his in the box score. Helm was 0 for 1. Thompson 0 for 2. Bianco 0 for 4. And Malazzo went 0 for 3 in the game. Also, Stanford went 0 for 1. So your final score, once again, LSU loses. So the LSU pitching staff today had 9 strikeouts, 5 walks. They were kind of struggling in the game. Marceau had 4. Hilliard had none. Money had 2. Bentmeyer had 2. And Floyd had 1. So final score, LSU loses 6-5. We will be back in just a few moments. We are going to go over to UNO and Southern. So we'll be ending this broadcast, and we'll come back in with UNO and Southern. So please stay tuned.